I'm back here in the Fandom Zone. Good to see everybody here tonight. I took a break off last night. If you guys read my Twitter, you know the reason why. I had some personal stuff going down, and I appreciate everyone who was on the Twitter page and sent me out stuff. So thank you very much for that. I went through a tough loss, and so I needed to take a break. I had some day camps, and I was just burnt out a little bit physically and emotionally. So I really appreciate everyone's support, and thank you for that. I want to start off by saying that so we get the serious, sappy shit out of the way. But truly thank you, everyone who sent me messages. And thank you, you guys here on the panel. And thank you, Squirrel, for that really funny gift because I laughed hysterically.
Not a problem.
Hey, what's up? What up?
Hello, sir. What's going on?
Just listening to this man be all sappy and soft.
Yeah, you know, I have my moments. It was, but you know, it was really nice to see that. It was kind of weird because over a few months, I've seen all of these people on YouTube that have gone through like losing people and shit like that, and then you know, that happened to me, and I was like, wow, this sucks, and it's a hard thing to deal with, but as they say in show business, the show must go on. So, you know, I got my Z's, got recharged, and you know, life keeps on moving, life keeps on going. But I really appreciate everyone here, and I appreciate everyone who is part of the Fandom Zone. So thank you guys. So anyways, and you know, yeah, I appreciate it. But let's go down the line here and introduce the panels. We'll have more people, I'm sure, jumping in, jumping out. But let's start with the Lonely Sheriff. LB, I like the title.
Yeah, man, got let them know. Don't come in here acting crazy on Friday night. Hello, everyone.
And you have a new video out, don't you?
Yeah. What's it called? The one about Mulan. What's her name? I forgot how to pronounce her name already. It's the lady who's playing Mulan in the new Disney movie. Yeah, she's got beef with Hong Kong right now, and I also got one about Ewan McGregor and his confirmed Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series. So I know y'all ain't checked it out because I see y'all in the chat and y'all ain't comment on it. So go look at it later.
You heard the Lonely Sheriff.
Exactly.
And Mad Squirrel, the person who has a gift for everything.
Oh my. Oh, hello. I'm Mad Squirrel. You can find me on YouTube under Mad Squirrel, obviously, and Twitter under SGT Mad Squirrel. Yeah, that's about it. It's pretty. I'm actually going back through because you started another live stream, sir. There's dual live streams going when you listed it, so I'm going back in and correcting stuff and cleaning everything up as we speak. That's why I'm very quiet. So
yeah, my internet's been acting weird, and
So
for
weird.
some strange reason, when I jumped in and jumped it back on, it still didn't get rid of the other stream. It just created a new one. I don't know why it does that, but my internet has been acting kind of weird. And you know, I returned to true form because shit can never go right in the Fandom Zone.
Like, this looks familiar. I've seen this before.
And folks, I am returning with vengeance because we got some great things that I missed, and I will touch the stuff in Hong Kong. I'm going to touch on Area 51, and actually, I'm going to touch on something that my dad, Dictator Zod brought to my attention about the Epstein and that case, and I kind of want to cover it because I find it very intriguing, considering that there's certain ties to the Clintons now, and they're always one. Anytime shady shit's going down, throw a stone. Either Bill or Hillary's gonna be behind one of it. It's like Jesus Christ.
Hey, so before you start rambling about Area 51, and all that, can I tell a story? It's a short story.
Most definitely.
So tonight, I was in my man 2nd Street Marvel live stream, right? And he was going off. He was talking about how he's tired of YouTubers doing videos where they're just reading articles and not doing anything else. So like, I got in my feelings a little bit. I was like, man, he must be talking about me, because I be making videos when I'm talking about articles and that's it. And then he's like, he was going on for like 30 straight minutes. I was like, man, 2nd Street Marvel really hurting my feelings right now. Like, I got to switch it up. So like, I sent him a DM. And I was like, yeah, man, I can't do any more articles. I mean, I can't do any more videos, but I'm just reading articles, man, because you don't like it. I got to change it up somehow. But yeah, 2nd Street Marvel, you made me cry tonight. You're a sad, sad man, 2nd Street Marvel.
Oh God.
I'm just messing with you.
I've checked out some stuff from 2nd Street Marvel, and he's got some good stuff with comic books and things like that. And man, I'm just gonna let you know, I try to do a satirical spin on articles. So I mean, don't be like, and General Zod's fandom zone, that prick just reads articles all the time.
But in all seriousness, like, I felt what he was saying, because like, I used to read the articles, and then like after like each paragraph, if I saw something that I should comment on, I would comment. But then like recently, I kind of stopped doing it, and I just read the entire article and then share my opinion. But then like the other day, I was watching Tim Pool, and I was like, so he reads through his articles and he stops like every few sentences and then shit explains it or talks about it. So like, I should just go back to doing that, because like, I can't please everybody, and I prefer to do that instead of sitting there reading the article and then talking about it. I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube thing and see what people like. So I'm gonna ask the subscribers tomorrow on the channel and see what they think. But I think I'll go back to the talk for a second and share my opinion and continue talking, blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm not mad at you, 2nd Street Marvel. You just like kind of like reaffirmed like some thoughts I had and what I should do.
Right. It's true.
And articles are tricky because people can check out. They're never tricky with me because I always fuck up stuff in the articles that makes it entertaining. So, like Elheim.
Yeah, I mean, with you, like you try your best to read through the article without like commenting, because I mess with you and say read the article, but like you always mess up, so it's funny.
Yeah, you can always count on me.
Bringing that quality entertainment that we all love.
Exactly. So.
Oh man, I don't know. I think when you have YouTubers that's all they do is just read the articles, give a little bit of an opinion, and that's it. So you just spent the last 10 minutes listening to someone read an article, and you could have done that on your own. Maybe people like audiobooks, but I usually when I like to hear people's takes on things. Usually that's the primary reason I would go and even listen to someone read an article. But at the very least, I would say a good majority of Tim Pool's added commentary is, I don't know, if you look at this like percentage wise, it's probably more weighted to his like interpretation or perspective, or maybe he sheds light on it, in certain ways because of all the affiliations and information and people he's spoken to over time. That adds something to it. It brings quality to, or disapproval or fact versus fiction, depending on what he's reading. So you can make your own assumptions. And the only thing I have a complaint about is that he does not link the articles, which he's addressed already why he doesn't do that. Is primarily just some stupid reason I can't remember, but it's just about effort, I guess, about actually giving credit to the writers. But even though he names them in the videos, it's always important to at least provide the link if somebody's interested or, wants to go back and look at it.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to do that. like link to the articles, like because before I wasn't linking to it because I saw somewhere on YouTube, and this was when I was starting. It was saying that it can penalize your site, and I watched a YouTube video a few weeks ago from the actual YouTube creators, and they're like, it doesn't matter. Like if it's a legit site, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I've been linking to the articles now.
Yeah. But, and I heard that video too, that like outside like third-party links being in your description is going to hurt your channel. Well, at this point, with the way that YouTube's algorithms work, it's a burning dumpster fire, so it really doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Most everything will probably hurt your video at some point or another, just based on the content or the opinion, based on the biases. And it, as long as this is a free speech platform, they can all kiss my ass. So.
Yeah.
Rage.
Boom.
Yeah, but like, yeah. Second Street Mall. If you hear, man, like I mean, you've been rocking with me from the start, man. You know, we rock with each other, and like, I respect your opinion. So even though you wasn't talking directly to me, like what you were saying, it spoke to me. So there's some realness. So respect.
Yeah, I think the other problem is that and LB, we've talked about this a lot, and you've even mentioned it live with the YouTubers. It's all of this information coming out and people grabbing it the second it comes out and not confirming anything and reading it straight through and doing their things and whatnot. I saw an interesting thing, for instance, on like DB and Weiss, and like now how supposedly they might not have an ironclad deal with Disney, that it's up in the air now, and that
about Obi-Wan,
some kind of deal with Netflix.
Man, speaking of that, I legit unsubscribed from a YouTuber like today. I'm not gonna mention his name, but if I talk about it, y'all will know, because y'all warned me a while ago in the DMs about this person. Like we talked about it in the Hangouts. And then you sent me a bunch of his videos with people clowning him. So y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
I unsubscribed from him today because he made a video talking about how Obi-Wan Kenobi's confirmed. And then he read the article that said it was confirmed. And like he did a straight clickbait video. I'm like, nah, man, I'm out. I'm done. Like, I'm out. I gave you a chance, and now you turn to the dark side trying to get views now. So yeah, I'm out.
Yeah. That guy. Yeah, he does that a lot. Man, stupid ass people.
Yeah, man. And I was legit on Facebook in Star Wars groups arguing with people about the video I did about the Obi-Wan Kenobi. And like none of them watched it, and they all telling me, oh, IGN, comicbook.com, they confirmed it, blah, 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 blah. Where's your source? I'm like, click the video, watch it, and I debunk all of these confirmed stories.
Right.
Yeah, they was calling me everything, a liar, clickbait. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's why these media sites do this.
Well, it's easy.
Yeah.
Honestly, in the end, it's very easy because people are so quick to, pick up on articles. I think we're all guilty of doing that at some point or another. But it's just like with certain Star Wars, it's always unnamed sources. And the moment you see unnamed source, it's like, dude, that could be Jimmy Hoffa. You don't even fucking know. Doesn't matter. I was watching all these videos pop up about that news, and I was like, that's interesting.
None of them are confirmed. None. Like, they all come from Deadline, and then Variety came out, and then the Hollywood Reporter came out, and they all say in talks. But even Deadline, and then like the tweets and Facebook posts, they're all saying confirmed. It's like, y'all are terrible, man. Absolutely terrible.
See, because after a while, then it's like comicbook.com is like, I agree, the Senate, a comic book is a fucking retarded site. It really is. They post a lot of just rumors and assumptions, and there's very few that have actually been substantiated. Usually it's after the fact, and a lot of it, they're just so desperate for clickbait, really.
Mhm.
And they know people will click
Click
it.
it.
I've done it. Hell yeah, I've done it. I don't care. I'll admit it. And then I'm like, well, that I feel dirtier now that I've done it. That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible, man. And then like that. You remember that? I'm sorry, Zod. I don't mean to be taking over your live stream, man.
No, go ahead. I'm actually looking at a couple of things up that
You
we'll be
know,
talking about, so keep going.
you know the rumor about what's his name? George Lucas getting 25% royalties.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna make a video about this a couple of days ago. And so I looked up where all the information came from. And I found out it came from Doomcock and Gary from Nerdrotic.
Hmm.
So like from reading the quotes on websites, it makes them seem like they was confirming this. I go to watch their videos, and throughout the entire video, they're saying this is just a rumor. If this happened, it's like they wasn't confirming none of this stuff. But like all these sites are running with this as like this is legit news, and it's like everyone thinking this man's getting 25%. So I was like, man, I dropped doing the video based off the fact that they wasn't like running with this as a legit news thing. They was just saying rumors. But even then, like through journalism, when you reporting sources, man, you need to have a legit source and then like a backup source or something. You just can't run with one person saying something.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's a reoccurring theme, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And then it spreads, and then if you dispute it, everyone gets angry, and you're like, listen, this is why in journalism, that's the problem with journalism, I think now, is that we just have a lot of opinions, like we've talked about before, where it's all emotional jargon. It's not factual, it's all emotional based, and emotions are fleeting. So the facts always stand alone, and the truth doesn't need the permission of either side to exist. It just does. So everyone can have their opinions or their emotions attached to any topic, but the truth stands alone. It doesn't need your permission, you know.
Right.
So when something's a rumor, it's going to come out as a rumor, and everyone's going to look silly, but it's okay because they got their clicks.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they got their money. So yeah, ridiculous.
I mean, it's going to continue. I mean, just like everything until somebody legit starts calling this stuff out for what it is. But ain't nobody going to do that.
Good night to the Real Review. He is heading out for the night.
Good night, Real Reviews. Appreciate having you, and yeah, hit me up in the DMs about our next subraiser. If you guys aren't subscribed, go subscribe to the Real Reviews 3000. Chris Knight, he does some pretty good stuff, and we've been doing things together on my channel, and with him for a while now. He's a good guy, so go on over there and go to Sean Stackhouse at Sean Stackhouse Reacts and go sub to those guys because they're good. They're good guys.
Hello, Squirrel.
Hey, Perp.
So I wanted to cover something tonight that was brought to me by Elder Zod, the Elder Dictator, who's passed on his wisdom of conquering. And it's an interesting thing as this thing with Epstein unfolds. And I wasn't going to originally do something about it, but it gets more and more interesting. When we talked about it, as you guys know, he's basically a big pile of shit. Had his own private island, multiple accusations with underage girls. But the big thing to focus on here is his connections. He connected to a lot of people. And the interesting connection in particular is the Clintons. And the more things start coming out about his death, the more interesting the story gets. So a couple of things were brought to my attention about it, and I wanted to bring it up to you guys and see what you think, because right now they're ruling this as a suicide, but there's a lot of inconsistencies. And then the reports came out, and the examiners are saying their double talk where they go, well, we found this, this, and this, but we can't rule out suicide just because of blah, blah, blah. So they're pushing hard for the suicide angle, basically. So I wanted to go to an article that I found from Fox News.
Okay.
I mean, I'm no suicide expert, but from the looks of this autopsy, it don't look like it could be a suicide. Like, how your neck broken in multiple places?
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to
Man,
focus on.
LB, you sent
Is
me
that
that article, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I don't know, man. That's all shady. That whole thing, this whole thing is shady. They want to sell me a bridge somewhere.
You're dealing with a lot of shady people. That's the
Oh,
Clintons and
yeah.
all. Yeah.
now here's the interesting thing I want to highlight. They say that Epstein's death is ruled suicide by hanging, but the New York City's chief medical examiner has ruled that the disgraced financier and accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide by hanging in the prison cell last week. In a brief statement on Friday, Dr. Barbara Sampson said her ruling came following a careful review of all investigative information, including complete autopsy findings. Epstein was found unresponsive in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan early Saturday and was pronounced dead hours later. His lawyer said in a statement late Friday that they were not satisfied with Simpson's ruling and vowed to conduct their own investigation, including seeking to obtain any video of the area around Epstein's cell from the time leading to his death. Epstein had been awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges involving underage girls, and he was placed on a suicide watch last month after he was found on the floor of his cell with bruising on his neck. However, multiple reports say Epstein was taken off suicide watch days later. Now, I want to highlight this first part because he was found on the floor with bruisings on his neck, but they don't say that there was anything like, a rope or something like that. So that could come from anything. And I assume he wasn't strangling himself and bruised his own neck. So that right there is kind of weird. Another weird thing is they had taken him off a suicide watch days after this. Now, I've worked with kids with autism and stuff like this, and suicide watches, depending on the severity, could be anywhere from like a day or two to like a month and beyond, depending on how serious it was.
Right.
And I mean, judging by this, I wouldn't think they'd a couple of days later take him off a suicide watch. It's really weird. Epstein's death has caused public and official outrage over how such a high-profile prisoner could have gone unmonitored. His death led to a torrent of conspiracy theories focusing on high-profile people who moved in Epstein's social circle, including former President Bill Clinton and President Trump, which, with the Trump connection, he had kicked Epstein out because of his proclivities, we'll say. And, he's been pushing himself hard to investigate into what is going on. So, speculation that Epstein was murdered ramped up Thursday after the New York Times and the Washington Post reported that the autopsy found broken bones in the financier's neck. Chief Medical Examiner Barbara Simpson issued a statement Thursday in response to these articles saying all forensic investigations, all information must be synthesized to determine the cause and manner of death. Everything must be consistent. No single finding can be evaluated in a vacuum.
Second Street Marvel has some comments here. He says, "I wish this turd hadn't gotten flushed. He could have implicated so many more people. They knew he was going to crack, but I suppose it could have been worse. He could be alive and get a plea deal for throwing a few people under the bus. There can never be any real justice for these victims, so they need to take down as many people as possible." He's right. Absolutely.
And to Second Street Marvel's point, I think you have something going there with how many people he knew. This is, and I mean, maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but I refuse to think that this is a suicide just because of all of the high profile people he was getting ready to blow the whistle on. And he was in the talks of making a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, like, the shit doesn't add up. They put an overworked guard who had already done a overtime to watch his cell. So dude's tired, not paying attention, whatever else.
Right.
There's
But
no camera angles or there's no footage of that night. There's no the cameras mysteriously didn't work, and his neck was broken in several places.
mm-hmm.
Fucked up.
Butterfingers had said earlier, much like earlier on, he goes, it's also so bizarre that the guards and the max security place skipped their rounds. Yeah, they had them doing other protocol stuff that there was 30 minutes earlier, in the time that, quote, Epstein took his life. They had moved their schedules around where they weren't doing the rounds at that time. So it was like he had the perfect opportunity, which, if you're going to kill yourself, okay, I guess that makes sense. There was an opportunity taken, but the behavior of the facility and the fact that things were not, it's obvious this man had something happen, and just because somebody rules it a suicide at this point, I will just say this: the person who broke this story was a very brave journalist out of Miami Herald, okay, because most of the mainstream, this has been going on for years, decades, the story, and everyone knew about this pedophile island down there in the Keys. They knew that there was a lot of behavior going on, and this one reporter from the Miami Herald stuck her neck out and did a huge investigation. They had a lot of people involved, and that is why the FBI got involved. That's the reason why this stuff got brought to the public mainstream media. The mainstream media for fucking ever ignored this. So kudos to her for doing a damn good job, and I hope that she's protected. Noticed, I'm sure she's had her threats and so on, but I hope that something comes out of this, because it's obvious that this was trying to be covered up for a very, very long time. And when you have this many powerful figures, not just in the United States, but international figures, that were behind this, this is not a suicide. I don't give a shit if they have like Billy Joe Bob from fucking Louisiana doing doing this autopsy. It's clear that somebody did something here. Sorry, it just pisses me off, man.
And the thing about it is too, and Stig brought up a good point, and Stig, I heard this from my father as well. The last person who was going to be a witness against the Clintons had committed suicide by shooting themselves twice in the back of the head. I'd like to see how the fuck they did that, because that's some kind of magic trick. I mean,
shooting yourself in the back of the head?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stig brought that up just in chat. He said the last one he was going to witness against the Clintons killed himself too, shot himself in the head twice, not kidding, and there was no gun near the body. Yay!
And when my dad brought up the story, they said that they said that they think like the way that the cameras work, because my dad keeps up on this, and like he's no lover of the Clintons, so he follows every story in hopes that one day they'll be taken down. He was like, but he was saying that like, yeah, there was, when they dug deeper into it, it was kind of like someone had been behind this person, they dropped, and then and then it was ruled suicide, and it was outdoors. It was just, none of it made sense, and the whole fucking thing got swept underneath the rug. Now we skip to Epstein, who again has something on a Clinton, and once again there's a mysterious suicide. And the mind has to rebel. And
oh, Mr. Roboto.
Oh man, they hurt you.
Oh no,
I mean,
the Clintons, the Russians. You got.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Zod, check your mic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I found the whole thing kind of odd and weird.
There you go. Good to go now. But yeah. Sorry, we thought the Clintons got you on that one.
I disappear off screen.
You see like this like dark cloak figure, the lights go out, all we see is like teeth in the dark smiling, and then all of a sudden they're gone.
Blood everywhere.
due to a recent loss, General Zod just couldn't take it anymore and shot himself in the head twice.
Right. Hyatt Riot in chat says, in my opinion, he was a piece of shit who deserved to die. And honestly, I think that the other side was just going to try and use it against Trump to get him out of office. Oh yeah, they would take every opportunity for sure.
Yeah, but I don't believe if that was the case that they would go the route of taking him out. If he would have had something that was incriminating to Trump that was substantial, they would have let it roll out. I think when you make the Clinton connection, that's when all the stuff, mysterious, shit starts happening. It's always around the Clintons.
Seth
And,
Rich? No, sorry.
I want to do a stream about it one day.
I mean, it's not
go
just
ahead,
the Clintons.
Mhm.
It's not just the Clintons. So it's
Right.
people that got billions and billions of dollars and a
Yeah.
lot of power.
And we probably never even heard most of their names, truthfully.
Fact.
The other thing is, let's see here. Second Street Marvel says this child human trafficking stuff makes my blood boil. This is one issue I'm extreme on. I get mad as fuck just thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, he was a piece of shit, and no one's going to lose sleep over the fact that he died suicide or not. That's not the issue. But the issue that pisses me off is the Clintons have a running body count here of mysterious deaths. And this isn't the only one. Actually, my dad is working on getting me a list, but there's been a long list. Like the Clintons have a lot of literal skeletons in their
there's
closets
dozens
and
mine of
shit
the list.
buried in places.
Yep.
So the Bush family got some.
Really quick, super chat from Mega Jetty 1. He says, "Hey, everyone just came from supporting that Star Wars girl. But by the way, someone can shoot themselves twice in the head. Just set up a rig or a double barrel gun. Yeah, I'm sure that's possible in a suicide. And most of these are very strange deaths, though. So we're talking like back of the head shots with no guns nearby. Odd murder types of murder. They look like murders, but they're quote unsolved." Suicides that have not, they lean towards suicide, but it never should have been a suicide. And the reason why it comes out is because the families get involved. But there's a lot of very strange things that always seem to come up around the Clintons and other elite people, of course. But whether that's bankers or doctors or whatever. Stig Kenobi says that story is true as well. The police report and the autopsy is available to the public. He died from 2 shots to the head, and they called it a suicide.
All right. My question is this: so it's like not possible to shoot yourself in the back of the head? Like no, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Right.
What? 2 shots? Oh well, I mean 2 shots. I'm just like,
Oh shit.
I'm thinking like, oh, all right, boom, boom, But if you get it right the first time,
You shouldn't have to go for a double. And LB, the angling and stuff, no, it'd be pretty hard. I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible.
I can't do this.
Yeah,
you can aim it. Yeah. Twice is where I get it wrong. Unless it's an automatic like boom boom.
Yeah, because if it's one of those, then it's bigger, right? Yeah. Okay, got you.
And you got to think about too the kickback. You're with your wrist and stuff
The
like
recoil.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way from the way the shots are aligned and the way that the coroner's report says that it happens. There's no way you get a perfect like straight in and out and a perfect trajectory from aiming the gun yourself. It's just not possible. And I kind of wanted to bring it up because it brings up a point to like we have all of these people in the media and the hashtag Me Too and all this bullshit that they focus on all this stupid shit, but no one wants to open these doors to these elitist people because they're running in their circles, and like no one likes touching this stuff with these politicians and with these far leftists and things like that are getting away for years with this stuff. And they throw one person under the bus and then they try to bury it with that one person, and it's like, nah. I mean, everyone should be called out on their bullshit.
Also, Stig brought up a point. He said the facility was in Manhattan. The Clintons owned everyone there.
Yeah, they do. I mean, she's got a lot of pull, and they had the guy who's the warden was pissed because he just took over, and this happened on his watch. So now you got a shade that's going to be thrown on this facility for some of these people are just doing their job, and this just happened to fall on their watch. So now you got a big investigation that's going to touch on everyone, and there's going to be some people in there that had nothing to do with it.
And not to mention all the conspiracy theories that are coming out for that. By the way, my name is Proper Jeremy. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Proper.
Hello.
I know you were in the middle of a conversation, but yeah, dude, you're 100% right. There are regular people working these jobs, and they don't deserve the flack that they get because just because some two employees fucked up. Pardon my French. After the fact, but just because a couple people screw up doesn't mean the whole facility is just ruined. It's all bad. It's not something that you really think about. But the other people that, considering the other people that work there and their well-being, they all have families. They're not the same people that screwed up, and it's really sad to me sometimes, when a couple people screw up in a company, then it makes the whole damn thing look bad.
And here's the thing, though, it's probably not even a couple of people, screwing up. I don't know if all of you seen, but I seen that show Oz, and that shit happens, man. The backroom deals, guards getting paid off and shit like that. But it only takes those few rotten apples to just cast a wide net over the whole entire thing, and it's crazy. And and I wanted to cover more on it because it is a pretty wild thing. And this not only is in the political arena, but there's also people within the movie industry and everyone that could have been implicated with this. And now all of that goes with Epstein. Everything he knew, everyone he could have pointed out, it all just disappears. And even if someone gets implicated in his suicide, which they probably will just keep it as a suicide, nothing gets done. So, we lose one piece of shit, but the rest of them still go scot-free. So it's definitely not a win-win situation. But I wanted to get that out of the way because that was pretty interesting stuff. So anyways, moving right along here, want to cover Jackie Chan's comments on Hong Kong protests that sparks social media anger at martial arts star who calls for peace. And I want to get your opinion, LB, because you've been covering the Mulan thing.
Well, I'm glad to give you my opinion.
So, what do you think about this, and do you think people are getting justifiably mad at these Asian stars for? I don't see what the big deal is or why they're getting pissy about it.
All right, before I give you my answer, hey Toriel. So when I read the first article, I forgot her name, but Mulan. That's her name today, Mulan. When I made the video about it, I was real curious to are we over here reporting the story how it is going on over there, or are we just putting our own spin onto things? So while I was doing that, I saw the Jackie Chan quote, and everyone's, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are getting on him. They're calling him a communist for supporting the Hong Kong police in China and whatever. He's like, y'all don't want democracy. and all kind of crazy stuff. So it's like, for me, I don't fully understand the whole thing behind the protests and et cetera, et cetera. All I know is that Hong Kong wants a democracy because China is doing something with what is it called? Extradition or something like that. But like from the video I made, a few of the comments, there are people that's actually from over there or have lived there, and they're saying it's not like how American media is reporting the story. And they're saying like all the protesters, they aren't necessarily being peaceful, like, you know, how the media are claiming, and how the police are just doing police brutality on them. So it's like really crazy. And I thought you would know more about this since you know you love Asians.
Okay, then.
He froze.
I will say that I thought it was very odd that LB was not the center of attention to film on the big screen. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's fine.
He's gone, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, in the meantime,
Nah.
oh shit. Oh,
He'll
okay. In the
come back.
meantime, let's read some chats, I guess.
Yeah. See, I just got a comment. I just got to approve it. It says free Hong Kong, free Tibet, boycott Mulan, and then a bunch of Chinese letters. Not Mandarin. My bad.
So what's the big deal? Like it seems like, you know, what Jackie Chan is going to be in it. He was in the Karate Kid. Nobody made a hissy fit about that in the world without SJWs.
All right.
Seriously, like what the?
Let me step in here about Jackie Chan. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Jackie Chan has had a history of being. Now, what people have to understand about all Chinese actors, actresses, whoever they are, in order for them to be in those positions that they are in, they have to be loyal to the Communist Party of China. Period. Otherwise, those work permits get pulled. Now, Jackie Chan got in trouble. I'm going to say back in 2009. And it's just every so often during interviews he'll make comments. But in this 2009 at a film festival, he had said, quote, "I don't know whether it is better to have freedom or to have no freedom. With too much freedom, it can get very chaotic. It could end up like it is in Taiwan. Chinese people need to be controlled. Otherwise, what will we do? Otherwise, they will do whatever they want." That was the actual quote. Now, that was being a loyalist to the Communist Party of China. In order for a lot of the citizens, they don't have our freedom, okay? But they've made other comments about the Chinese government and how basically China, he has an anti-American stance. That's number one, because he thinks that we're corrupt. Well, the United States is corrupt. That's without a doubt. But one thing we do have that they lack is freedom. And he believes that freedom should be absolutely limited by the government because people are children that should be basically guarded. Now, his comments coming under fire is not a surprise because people there in Hong Kong and outsiders that were maybe even, they left China at some point, absolutely rejected this, and he got totally blown up on social media over those comments. So him coming out and saying, oh, it needs to be peaceful, it needs to be this thing, basically like a father would talk to a child, it pissed a lot of people off. Also, he has a lot of problems, personal issues that the party has seemingly helped him get out of, since his son also gets into a lot of trouble there in China, meaning incarcerated for behavior, having a child out of wedlock, all of this behavior that's really against the Chinese, model, right? That normal citizens would be crucified for. Because of his privilege and influence within the Communist Party, has gotten a free slip to act that way. So when he says comments like this, it fuels the issues with Hong Kong. I don't think a lot of people understand why this is a big deal with Hong Kong at all. And now everyone's going to blame different rhetoric for it. But basically, the protests began. Okay, I'm going to go to an article from the BBC really quick to kind of, meaning this is an article from July, but this was
we don't want to look at any pictures of BBC.
Okay. But
Oh.
no BBC. IPB.
No, it was a terrible
bastard.
pornography joke.
You sick bastard.
But
you can totally show something of British people. They're hilarious. Look at LB.
He's
LB's
not
like, what?
British. What the fuck?
Well, technically.
Are you British?
No.
LB. He's
He
giving a look.
just nods his head.
There you go.
Congratulations for being born on the other side of the pond. No, but I was born of not in Britain, but of British descent. So, yay! Yay! You've experienced things that I didn't about my family's history. I'd like to talk to you about it sometime. I guess not my family, but like about the country. If you've been there, yeah.
God save the Queen.
Well,
yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, going back really quick, and I'll try to make this quick as possible. The protests in Hong Kong are very interesting because Hong Kong is run differently than the rest of China, obviously, because the British and the former colony, blah 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 blah. From these are old agreements from the past that basically made Hong Kong more of a, I would say, quote, a safe space within China for foreigners and for people who, have a little bit more free speech than others. Let's put it that way. But everything is still kind of regulated under China. It's just agreements from the past a long time ago. But as far as why they're having these actual protests by the people, it's about the Hong Kong anti-extradition bill. And the bill, how if enacted, the bill would allow local authorities to detain and extradite people who are wanted in territories that Hong Kong does not have extradition agreements with. This includes mainland China and Taiwan. Some fear this bill would place Hong Kongers and visitors under mainland Chinese jurisdiction, undermining the autonomy of the region and its citizen rights. So demonstrators demonstrators against the bill began in March and April, but it escalated in June. Hundreds of thousands of people marched in the streets on the bill on June 9th, protests on June 12th, the day the bill was scheduled to have a second reading in the Legislative Council, marked a sharp escalation in violence. Riot police employed tear gas and rubber bullets against demonstrators. Subsequently, investigations into police behavior and greater accountability for their actions became part of the protester demands. A larger march occurred on the 16th of June. On July 1st, hundreds of thousands of people participated in the annual July marches. A portion of these demonstrations spilled from the march and broke into the legislative actual complex, vandalizing the central government symbols. Chief Executive Carrie Lam suspended the extradition bill on the 15th of June, saying it was dead on the 9th of July. She did not say the bill would be fully withdrawn, however. So Executive Council members said the government did not intend to make further concessions. Protests continued through the summer, and it's been escalating to violent confrontations between police activists and Beijing Triad members and local residents over 20 different neighborhoods throughout that region. As demonstrations continued, protesters are calling for an independent inquiry on the police brutality, the release of arrested protesters, and a retraction of the official characterization of the protests as being riots. Direct elections to choose the legislative council members and the chief executive. So the other thing that they were doing was, originally the Chinese government said they were not going to deploy the military, which they did. Anybody that knows the Chinese government, they know that they have the rights to do that, even with the limitations that they're already put into establishment for that area. But this could affect foreigners. This could affect a lot of people, and it could be over everything from minor to big things. But really, it's a smackdown on the limited freedom of speech that they have. They've actually been using American flags in their protests, if that says anything. And they've been asking for freedom to protest, freedom to do all these things. And the police brutality, I think they shot a woman in the face, was something. And this is what stirred them to take the airport there in China, at the Hong Kong airport, I believe, a week ago or so. It's been with the last 2 weeks. That was the reaction to the violence against protesters when an officer shot a woman in the face, I think with rubber bullet, and hospitalized her. And And I'm like, well, are we surprised by this level of violence? I mean, if you look at Tiananmen Square, how they treat that event should be your answer to absolutely everything that you need to know about China. If you ask a regular Chinese citizen that does not live in Hong Kong about Tiananmen Square, they'll deny it ever even happened. So, and
Well,
that is
I was just
that's
going
the
to say that
craziness.
was a perfect example because those protesters non-violently protested and got mowed down by tanks.
Yes.
Fucking tanks. Not they didn't do that bullshit they do now where they'll shoot someone with a rubber bullet or something like that. They ran motherfuckers over with a tank. Like, people complain about our police force here. Go to China and try some shit and see what happens.
Well, there was that one guy who stood in front of the tank.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a funny song about that from Sick Puppies. But
Sick Puppies, I've seen them twice. They're great.
They are
Aren't they?
a great band.
That great trio. You're reminding me of good times, man.
I love their music, but they have a song about that where they mention Tiananmen Square and they say a line where when you step in front of a tank, what do you expect to happen? But yeah, it's just like you know, people bitch and complain about how bad the justice system is here in America, and it's like, step outside for a second and go to foreign countries and see if you got the same bullshit. See if you can pull some cops shit and start yelling and calling cops names. See what happens over there.
Yeah, it's just like, it's about perspective, and it's about, just not necessarily saying like, oh, one thing is like good, one thing is bad, but, get some damn perspective, on the world around you, instead of like bitching about cultural appropriation. Oh my lord, we live in a melting pot where people have different different ways of life, different opinions, you monsters. Instead of complaining about that bullshit, maybe you focus on real problems instead of people saying, and I understand that my perspective of LA changed when I, climbed up I was hiking the Hollywood to the Hollywood sign, and I saw this very thin line of smog over the city. I'm like, oh shit. Imagine this in China, but it's the whole fucking sky.
It's true.
My mom been to
Welcome,
China.
Stig.
My mom been to China and she says that too.
Yeah, and that's not okay. That's absolutely not okay to live with. And it's just like, don't bitch at us and our clear blue skies, except for a thin line in LA and a little bit in New York, because these places are trash. That's why I want to get out of here as soon as possible.
You're gonna move to Vegas. You're gonna move to Vegas where you're gonna get burnt up like toast.
Yeah, I'd rather be burnt up by the sun. At least it's nature saying "fuck you." Like, but don't bitch at the U.S. if other countries like China needs to get their shit together. They're the ones that are polluting the fucking planet. The ones that are having this fucking smog where people have to wear fucking face masks, and they do it here. Asian people do it here too. And it's only Asian people, for some reason. They feel like breathing the air of the earth is like the end all be all. I don't even know if they're just like, when I was a kid, I was like, were they just at the dentist or something? Like, what's going on here? Like, why are they behaving this way? This is abnormal human behavior. But
the Asians take their health very seriously. So
yeah, but their driving is fucking shit here. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, but it's very bad. I didn't understand.
Yeah, but that's not bad for their health. Typically, that's bad for our health.
That's true.
Running into other people and causing accidents. I've seen it happen. It's very bad. I understand the stereotype now. It has happened numerous times. only on the West Coast. But anyways, you were about to introduce our lovely panelist here. Sorry.
Stig, welcome.
Hello there.
Hello, Stig.
Been
How's it
here
going,
for 5
Stig?
minutes. Proper won't stop yapping.
Yeah,
I know, and I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. I like your yapping.
I just had a lot to say.
And
You
good night
always
to
do.
Hyatt Riot and Second Street had left shortly earlier.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, and I've been to Africa, and I've been to Somalia and all those shitty vacation spots.
Whoa. Is Somalia different than Africa?
No, it's in Africa. I know that. I'm not being geographically challenged, but
Geography?
fuckers.
Oh, geography. Geographically.
It's French.
Oh,
What is it
Oh,
with
It's a
Americans
French
and English?
word. No. That's a Kandorian.
Thank you. I'm still learning the language.
My God.
Jesus Christ.
Make it
The rest
I
of
am
the
the
United
definition
States
of an
is still
illegal
learning the
alien.
language too. What?
I said, Stig, I said I'm the definition of an illegal alien.
Mega Jetty 1 in chat says super chat. Typically, everyone leaves when Proper joins the stream. Oh my!
Oh, shit.
Oh my!
Shots
Poor
fired.
Proper.
I mean, there were more viewers before.
Speak for
I was
yourself.
hoping that us coming on, as in me and Stig, hopefully we can get them back.
Yeah, I was gonna say Stig comes on and we acquire a couple of more. And it starts to slowly just come in like a river of love, just for Stig. And
No,
pop culture PB. No love.
no, they tend to run away in fear.
Oh, there we go.
Oh God!
Like a million
Hey, no one
voices
fears
cry
the
out
fun.
in terror and are suddenly silenced.
Oh my!
More like 4 voices cried out in surprise
That's dark.
and confusion, and then just whatever and left.
But you know what? I have to be at work at 6 a.m. anyway, and it's 12:30 here. So you know what? You're welcome, viewers. I guess tonight.
Oh God!
I know it was a joke, but fuck you, Mega Jetty. I love you. I love you, man. You're great. You know, and your content's amazing. But what?
I can cut his ear off for you if you want.
No,
Okay, then I'll do it.
no,
Okay.
no means no.
Oh
Too late now.
God!
See, two means yes.
Oh, where's this fucking banner? Here we go.
Good morning to Slasher McSplitter. Second Street Marvel in chat also said, I am still listening. I'm letting Zod's golden voice put me to slumber.
You're
Yeah,
welcome. I'm
that's
glad I
what
can
it'll
do that.
Well, anyways, I do have to get going. And by the way, you were talking about Jackie Chan earlier. The last thing I'll bring up before I unfortunately have to leave. Sorry
Oh my
about
God,
that.
you have more to say about it?
Oh no, this should be interesting.
Yeah,
I
because I know
saw-
the first 5 minutes were not.
I wasn't there for the first 5 minutes. Or
Well, I
I
talked
mean,
a
your
lot.
first 5 minutes of rambling about Jackie Chan and Chinese people.
Well, to be fair, I talked a whole lot, so yeah.
No. What you said was interesting, Squirrel, because you were talking about the actual article.
Oh, Jesus. Poor Proper.
Pow.
all right, fuck it. You know,
Oh, come on.
I saw
Out with
I
it.
saw an
believe in you.
episode. You know, I was in the live audience for an episode of Conan O'Brien, and Jackie Chan
Cool.
said the N word on air. Goodbye.
Ah,
Oh my. Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
A man
That's
with a
slick
mission.
son of a bitch.
Jesus.
I mean, he's right. That was more interesting than what he said for 5 minutes.
Oh, poor bro.
Oh no, he's not here to defend himself.
It's terrible.
I mean, he went on and on. All I wanted to say was one thing. I had one thing to say about it, and that was, either way, I'm still going to buy the products that their children put together.
Oh God, I miss these streams. Even if it was for one night.
Yep, going to hell instantly. Oh well. I'm like, oh well.
And everyone on
I
the
will see
panel
you there.
just instantly went to hell, and we got, holy shit, we got 16 viewers. What the fuck, proper?
Told you.
Oh my.
It's the Viking invasion.
Ah, you brought them along. I can dig it.
No,
No, they're
I'd just like
chasing
to
me. They're right
say,
behind me.
Oh,
Butterfinger
Take 'em either
corrected
way.
you.
Oh shit.
He said
oh,
children,
the children
and
and prisoners. Okay, but I prefer the items that were put together by children.
Oh my god.
They have
Oh,
tinier
geez.
hands. I can trust their work.
Oh my god. Oh.
It's good to see we're coming in hot for the return. No hold barred tonight. We're gonna go totally inappropriate.
My god. That was beautiful.
But they make a lot of electronics that I enjoy.
I guess there's a bigger chance of the electronics being really good if they're made by children as well, because they risk getting beaten if they screw up. Adults just get told off.
You know what? I
Exactly.
recall an article, and I just found it. It was from 2018. If you buy a purse at Walmart, is the title. There's a note inside from a Chinese prisoner. Now, what do you do? And this is actually a true story. This has happened more than once. I'm gonna send this to the chat. But when Christelle Wallens found a piece of paper folded up at the bottom of her purse in March of 2017, she threw it in the trash. She hadn't yet used the maroon bag made by Walmart and purchased from one of its Arizona stores months ago. But after a few minutes, she got curious and she took the paper out of the wastebasket, unfolding the sheet to reveal a message scrawled in Mandarin Chinese. Translated, it read, "Inmates in China's Yingshang prison work 14 hours a day and are not allowed to rest at noon. We have to work overtime until midnight. People are beaten for not finishing their work. There's no salt and oil in our meals. The boss pays 2,000 yen every month for the prison to offer better food, but the food is all consumed by the guards. Sick inmates have to pay their own pills. Prisons in China cannot be compared to prisons in the United States." And then it said other, I guess it says horse, cow, goat, pig, and dog. I don't know if that's just representing people. I have no clue. It might be code or something. But Christelle's daughter-in-law, Laura Wallace, did post the photo of the note on social media, and it got picked up by other publications. But this is not the first time that this particular incident has happened. So yes, that is a crazy. I remembered that when you were mentioning the Chinese workers, because yes, they have terrible conditions. Absolutely.
No, I was just, man, before you read that full thing, I was going to say the note probably fucking says help me. And
it did. And it did. Exactly. And it did.
Oh, God.
Oh, crap.
So they work in customer support?
Terrible.
Oh, my God.
So much
help. Oh, I am going to go there now and buy every handbag I can find.
Oh my God!
I have a question that diverges slightly from the topic. Who is Mark?
Mark?
Mad's Mama Bear says, "Morning, Mark." Who is Mark?
Marky Mark.
A white man?
Assumption made.
I mean, the odds of that are very high.
Continuum track is in chat. I I believe that's Continuum's first name.
Oh.
Oh, y'all know each other on a government level. Type
Oh yeah,
thing.
dude. CIA. and shit.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Russians. I'm a Russian hacker, didn't I tell you?
Okay. Foreigners know each other.
Yeah,
Foreigners.
all of us know each other because foreign is such a small place.
Well, yeah, compared to America.
No, not really. No.
Foreign is definitely smaller than Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, according
Sure.
to that Disneyland guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Michael K told me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We believe Michael K. Believe
Yeah.
Michael K. Hashtag.
I think he lives in near Washington, which is right next to Sweden.
Yeah.
Well, he used to. He moved to Orlando, which is right down the road from London.
Oh, so he's French now.
Yes. Oui.
Oh my god. Oh, but yeah, I mean, just imagine finding a handbag with a prisoner note. That's better than when I go and I order Chinese food and I get a fortune cookie. They used to have meaningful and insightful shit. Now they just say the winning lottery numbers.
Bullshit. There was never meaningful or insightful thing in there ever.
The hell there wasn't. It would be like
Fucking when? Tell me this insightful shit that you got in a cookie.
one time, I got a message that says your life must flow like water, straight and narrow. That shit hit me right here.
Totally uninsightful. Try another.
How is that not insightful? Life should
Your
flow
life
like
don't
water.
need to flow like water. What are you talking about? Your life needs to flow like water.
Oh God.
Nice and smooth.
Like water
Down the
don't go
current,
up and
man.
down and
The
up and down
current.
and up and down. Water is nice and smooth all over the place. Like you see the river, how a river flows. It's got all these nice bends and curves. That is not what life is like. Bullshit. I call bullshit.
No, it's what your life should be like.
My.
I wish I knew.
Well,
what
then
you
it's
were talking
extra
about.
fucking retarded. We're talking about Chinese children stuffing little pieces of paper into cookies.
Oh my God.
Adults can't do that because they don't have dainty fingers.
But
Oh.
Chinese people are small.
Jesus.
That is true.
Oh my god.
This is wrong. Oh God. the
Yeah,
therapy.
that's why they're named We So Low.
Oh my God.
Now you're bringing me back to that parlor I went to.
I mean,
What the? Man.
Zod, you should know how small they are.
You have them in your basement.
That's true. I do got it in with the Asian market.
You fit a whole army in your basement,
Yep.
and there's still space left.
Super chat from Mega Jetty 1. So far, the only Chinese food I love is sweet and sour chicken, rice, and fortune cookies.
Now, see,
Sorry to
Mega
tell
Jetty-
you, fortune cookies are American.
I like orange chicken and sweet and sour shrimp and sweet and sour pork. The sweet and sour sauce is like the greatest thing in the world. Like I could
That, I mean, yeah.
I could have a bowl of sweet and sour sauce just by itself.
What are you having? I'm having soup. What kind of soup? It's just sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
What?
Oh, squirrels don't like sweet and sour sauce?
Not too much. No.
I've
It's
never
a
had it
love-hate
on
thing.
shrimp though. I kind of want to now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You put the shrimp with the rice, cover it with the sweet and sour sauce.
Yes.
Yummy.
Yes. I feel like we're related.
We
I'm
are.
gonna
We
give
just
that a
have
go.
different parents.
Yeah. That's true.
Bite and Dirty
Right.
in chat says he likes General Zod chicken. That's fair.
Thank you. that is the best. 32
Oh,
flavors.
Oh my God.
I should market that shit. I got to get my creative team on this.
When I was little, we used to get Chinese food. I used to just get the sweet and sour sauce and just have it by itself.
Oh man, man, I like sweet and sour sauce, but
I don't even call
it.
it that. I call it red sauce.
See, I got it's a trap
Ah.
on my side. He goes, I'm with Matt Squirrel. I can't do the sweet and sour sauce in a huge abundance. Yeah, I'm the same boat. I don't dislike it. I just don't want to like it swim like a soup in sweet and sour. Like I need moderation.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
in the words of Terrence, that's fine. I like it.
Do you have a pepper sauce over there?
Oh, I've
A
had it
pepper
before.
sauce?
Yeah, it's like brown sauce with whole grain peppers in it. Black
Mhm.
pepper.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Really good on rice and turkey and stuff.
We're talking
By the
about
way,
the
I used
teriyaki
to
flavor?
drink that when I was a kid.
FYI, it's
Oh,
not
the
called
duck sauce.
It's like a peppercorn sauce.
You
I've had
talking the
that.
duck sauce?
Duck sauce.
Hey, by the
To go
way,
with the dumplings?
I just want to let y'all know it's not called sweet and sour sauce. It's called red sauce. Okay.
I mean, I can live with that. That's why it's from China, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like red China, red sauce.
Oh my.
Delicious. I put
Communist
it with
sauce.
my crab ragoon.
Very quickly, Scott Schmeier. I can't pronounce your last name. I don't want to ruin it, Scott. I'm sorry. Schmeier? Schmeier? He says
Schmear.
Schmeier.
Schmear.
Schmear. I
Schmear.
say schmear.
Mr. Schmeier, Lord Schmeier, says General Zod's secret sauce. Oh my.
Oh, fuck no.
That
That is for
secret.
no.
Scott.
That is for unicorn consumption only.
Oh my.
Is that an overshare?
What?
Yeah, that's a little much, PBZ.
My bad.
Oh wow. Mega Jetty 1 says super chat, I don't use the sauce. I eat my sweet and sour chicken plain. Well, that doesn't
Then
make
it's
it
not
what-
sweet.
sour, right?
No, it doesn't.
No, that makes it
Chicken.
like Chinese chicken nuggets. It's just Chinese chicken nuggets.
Oh god. Have you guys ever had honey chicken?
Yes.
No, but that sounds
Yes.
good.
Oh man, they have one where they
Ooh.
put spices in it. Panda Express actually had one, like seasonal. They'll have like this spicy honey chicken. It's delicious.
You know, I feel like whenever you talk about chicken, I just picture you sitting next to Forrest Gump in the water, in the grass, mentioning all the chickens. Then you're like scrubbing the floor with Forrest Gump, talking about all the chickens.
Chicken
In
stew.
the rain, talking
Chicken
about all the
dumplings.
chicken.
I love
Exactly.
chicken.
I love chicken too.
We got pork, chicken.
Oh, the purple
rice
man is
chicken.
back.
Herb.
Just
Hi,
sneak
Bert.
in there and terrify me with your black man voice again.
Good morning to Ancient One in chat. Good morning to Biden Dirty in chat. Biden Dirty.
Yes, hello, Biden and Ancient One.
So, holy cow, we went off on a tangent. I wanted
Did we
to-
really? You brought up Chinese people, and we are talking about Chinese stuff to a T.
I like Chinese food.
Since I
Exactly.
arrived a bit late, what was the topic?
So
The topic was little
We talking about
children
Chinese food.
making Chinese goods. Or wait, that's what I said.
So Perk, you don't like Chinese women, Perk?
Who said that?
You said you like Chinese food. That's about it.
No, I never said that. I like Chinese food. I love their women. You know what I'm saying? I got no
I
problem
would
with it.
really, really love Chinese women.
They
except for an
parents
hour
don't like
later,
you.
I'm still hungry.
She gotta be Cambodian.
Oh my.
I have a story about a Cambodian, but I don't think it's edited.
You have
No,
to
lovely
save
Sheriff.
that one for when General Zod gets his Patreon up and going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be on my Patreon. We'll be talking the Cambodian women.
But yeah, what was
Oh.
what was the topic again, Squirrel, that Stig wants to be informed about?
The original topic was talking about not only Jackie Chan's comments, but also that the girl who's going to be playing Mulan, that's adding to the Boycott Mulan,
Let me look up
hashtag
her name. It's
It's like KIE, something like that.
no,
Ki-
I remember how to pronounce it, but I just can't remember.
IKEA?
Where's the audio file?
Uh,
Here,
No,
here it is.
that's wrong side of the earth. Wrong side of the earth.
no.
Oh, it's
Her
Yu
name-
how? what is that?
Yi Fei.
Oh, I was gonna
if
just
you say so.
Yeah.
and say my next wife.
That's wild. That's a wild name.
Hi, Terrence. Terrence is in chat. And then,
Oh. Terrence
General
Bot.
Lee. General Lee. That's terrible. I'm sorry. General Zod. We have the dictator in chat. He says, my little boy looks like, I guess, Frodo with his hair combed like that.
Fredo.
No,
Fredo.
Fredo.
My bad.
It's a
Okay.
political joke.
Hilarious.
No, it's a Godfather reference.
No,
Oh.
it's not. It's a political joke.
Good morning to Valid Riot.
No, he read the description. He saw it said Don Lemon. It's a political joke.
Hey, can we discuss that Area 51 story PB got?
There's another one.
Oh,
yes.
What do you mean another one?
Storm
They
Area
just
51
renamed
event
it all.
is
That's
now
all.
a music festival, Alien Stock.
Another one.
There's like a billion festivals in Las Vegas, man.
Yeah, they just renamed it.
Hey, before you move on, Terrence Bot, what's up?
Yeah,
Hello
Terrence.
there, Terrence.
Where you been at, Terrence? What you got him on 40?
Terrence has been busy going around LA sampling all the different orange chicken because that's the only Chinese food he loves.
He's been meditating, trying to figure out which cookie he likes best.
Oh man.
Motherfucker.
He is still at it. No success.
And I called it. Father Cole said Godfather reference.
Nope.
EB, fucking uncultured. First he doesn't like the opera, and then doesn't want
Opera, that is like the worst of Broadway. That's like Broadway that I can't understand.
There's some opera that's just like, yo, that shit's pretty fire. But
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. I knew we got along for a reason.
No. What Perp meant to say was there are operas that are lit on fire, like Inglorious Bastards.
Oh
So-
Like, that's what you're meant to do at the opera. Kill Hitler.
Is this a music festival?
There is
Oh,
another
yeah.
article in there.
Alien Stock, September 19th through September 22nd.
Someone needs to make a Spock stock.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
If that's not a scam, like
The Storm Area 51
It's not a
event
scam.
is now a music festival called Alien Stock. Things are about to get weirder, and Nevada, the masterminds behind the viral Storm Area 51 event, has turned the joke into an actual alien-themed music festival, which they say will take place September 19th through the 22nd and will celebrate aliens and the unknown. I'm super excited. That man's gonna be doing the dab. And look at this. These people crack me up.
This is awesome. It's insane, but it's awesome. I love it.
So, who here is excited about Alien Stock? I gotta go book my ticket.
not me.
I am more excited for it now that they have branded it than I was before when it was, hey, everybody, on September 21st, run out in the desert and try not to get shot storming Area 51. Stay out of the way of the Naruto runners.
I actually think you don't even get tickets. You just get anal probed.
Somebody's gonna make that. Yeah,
That's the
so
same
there's gonna be
thing.
a lot of probing at those events.
Y'all mother stuff right now.
Everyone who paid are walking gingerly.
Oh, God.
LB, you gonna go to Alien Stock?
I vowed to myself less than a year ago I will never ever go back to Las Vegas.
That sounds like it comes with a very interesting tale.
Lonely in Las Vegas.
Hmm.
Fear of
ne-
lonely in Las Vegas.
I will never tell y'all.
Oh, jeez.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Was
Allegedly.
it like a hangover situation?
it was a lonely situation.
Allegedly. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Moving on.
I think it did something in Vegas.
No, I
He
did
totally
nothing.
did something in Vegas, or something was done to him.
I did nothing in Vegas.
Well, what the fuck?
Good night to Mega 21.
Oh, hey, we broke 20 people, and then he's gonna leave. And not gonna under-
So yeah, this whole thing is funny, and honestly, I can't wait because I'm going to fly there and live stream. I really want to see this storming of Area 51.
I thought that you said you didn't fly places. You told me that you ran really fast, so you didn't have to deal with the FAA. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's right.
The villain tricked you? How shocking.
Yeah,
No,
hello.
he didn't trick me. He lied right to my face.
Oh,
Or
how
my
villainous.
ears.
Oh my.
Zod's not supposed to be that kind of villain. It's not like he's Gorilla Grodd.
Oh my. So TV, I wanted to bring a sad article that I know is going to hit us particularly because we love this, but
Does it have to do with Minneapolis?
nope, that's going to be
Well, then
next.
I'm probably not going to care.
Krypton canceled after 2
Oh, I didn't
seasons.
watch season 2 yet, so I'm probably part of the problem.
What station was that on? That was on Sci-Fi, right?
Yes.
Yep.
That's
And you
why.
know, this doesn't surprise me. Sci-Fi does this BS every single time. I had a show I liked on there called
Terrence. Oh, Terrence. Oh, Terrence.
Terrence's reaction says what I felt when I read this.
Oh, he didn't take it well, did he?
No.
Triggered. Here's another one.
Tell us how you really feel, Terrence.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm so glad he was here for this.
So, Sci-Fi has a condition of actually once in a while putting out a worthwhile show, and then they're held by that stupid thing with the viewerships and the way that, you know, all of these networks sort of run. And as soon as there's a little dip, they go, oh shit, no one's watching it, time to cancel it. It's like they canceled. When I looked at I looked at what Sci-Fi has canceled. The Expanse was the first on the chopping block, and they kind of like fell like that. And then Happy, which I really love that show. And then what was the other one? There was some other one I never watched.
Krypton.
And then Krypton. So they've been doing this like spring cleaning, and I'm looking and I go, well, what do you guys got for us now? Huh?
Did you read the article?
No, I was given perspective. Okay,
You know what's gonna happen with that Chucky
Sorry.
TV series? That's just gonna get canceled
I
too.
didn't
after,
know
like,
it was
probably-
that time of the month for you, Zod. I didn't mean to mess up your flow.
Well, you know, now you know.
Oh my.
All right, I get sensitive about this stuff.
Oh my god. Go ahead and read that.
Wait. Oh, season 2 ended on a cliffhanger. They did a good job with Brainiac, Zod, Doomsday, Segel. Was looking forward to season 3, and they canceled it. God damn it!
Womp, womp, womp.
I think you should bring up the article and read the
Oh, my
article,
goodness.
guy.
My flow.
So, long story short, everyone in the chat, another trash DC show has been canceled.
Yeah, except it
Right.
might go the same way that The Expanse went, because The Expanse is still going.
I don't
Oh,
know
the,
how
the
they're able
expanse
They
to
moved
ended.
cancel all
to
these shows. I don't understand how they're able to cancel all these shows, but they don't cancel none of these CW shows. Like, Jesus Christ.
Because they're cheap to make and they get good ratings. They get good ratings for that channel.
Mhm.
there's a
Man, bunch of little
reason
kids
why
watching
it got canceled on Sci-Fi. A big reason why it got canceled on
Sci-Fi broke.
Sci-Fi. I mean, it's not about them being broke, because they're run by Universal, and Universal ain't broke.
They just don't want to put no money in it.
Oh
There will
well.
It's
be
a
no more
licensing problem.
Yep.
Oh, he's gonna read? He's gonna read?
Yes.
Yes! I'll get another highlight. Continue.
There will be no more Krypton on Sci-Fi. The network has opted not to renew the Superman origin drama series, and the recent season 2 final, August 14th, and it was a series final on the NBC Universal Cable Network. With the Mothership series getting canceled, Sci-Fi also won't be proceeding with the previously announced Lobo spinoff, which had been in development. I
Well,
hear
it was finale, not final, but continue.
You son of a bitch. I hear Krypton producer Warner Horizon Scripted Television is in conversations with other outlets exploring ways to continue the franchise based on DC characters elsewhere. Siblings DC Universe and the upcoming HBO Max streaming platform are considered the most logical options, as DC content has been focused for both. Past seasons of Krypton are already run on DC Universe, yes, and if you don't know, you can get DC Universe for $7.49
Son
and
of
a
a
free month.
bitch! Oh my
So
god! We just gotta talk
definitely, if
over
you
him
want to
because we
see
can't hit the mute
Krypton,
button.
10% off.
10% off if you use the code John. And
No,
bringing me
I
back to
just
my
have.
point, DC
I know.
Universe will be with the
I have.
season 2.
I have one problem with that paragraph. They said that past of Krypton are running. There's only one fucking season of it. Like, season 2 just got over on August 14th. Keep going.
Triggered. The largely fueled by its Superman pedigree, Krypton was a breakdown or a breakout. I know I said breakdown, but I meant breakout. You wise ass before you say anything for Sci-Fi when it launched its first season in March 2018. It scored the network's most watched season for any scripted series on the network since Defiance, which was an awesome show that they canceled. And it was in 2015.
Get over it.
But I will not.
Defiance ended. It didn't get canceled. There's a difference.
Yeah, it got canceled. Because it was connected to the game.
The game is still going.
Yes, I know the game's still going without the show.
Oh my
But
God.
Krypton's ratings took a hit in season 2, down about 50% in live plus same day. With series that come from outside studios, as was also the case with Expanse, Sci-Fi has to rely solely on linear ratings to monetize a series, which is difficult for expensive shows like Krypton and Expanse, which command high license fees, but whose views tend to watch content on digital platforms. For instance, Sci-Fi only has streaming rights to the 5 most recent episodes of Krypton. Following its cancellation by Sci-Fi, Expanse found a new home at Amazon, recently earning a renewal that bodes well for Krypton. Krypton has set 2 generations before the destruction of Superman's home planet. The series followed Sibel, a legendary Man of Steel's grandfather, as a young man who is faced with a life or death conflict to save his home planet or let it be destroyed to restore the fate of his future grandson. In addition to the series starred, Jesus Christ,
Yeah, boy.
Georgina Campbell, Sean Sipos, Colin Salmon, and oh God, Ogbomo, Aaron Perry, Ramus Hardiker, Willis Day, Blake Retson, and Ian Nick. God damn it.
Mick, goddammit. Never heard of that name before.
I was doing well.
No, you weren't doing well because you said Aaron Perry.
In my
It's
mind.
either Pierre or Perrier.
Perrier.
It's one of the two.
Oh no.
Like, I don't know explicitly, but it's got to be one of the two.
Very carbonated.
Krypton was executive produced by David S. Goyer alongside Cameron Wells, who served as showrunner. As for Lobo, a deal has already in place for Emmett J. Scanlon, who played the character of Lobo in Krypton Season 2 to star in the project. DC Comics fan favorite Lobo is an indestructible deep space bounty hunter. Krypton executive producer Cameron Walsh was set as an executive producer writer on the spinoff. That's interesting because they already put these people in place. So I'm wondering if the show is dead or if they're going to also shop around for that show.
Really quick comment from Mr. Terrence. He goes, I was surprised at how good Krypton is considering it's on sci-fi. Usually they have horse shit shows. Horse shit shows? Sure. Soon as is it Seg L? How do you pronounce that? Seg L? Is that right?
Yeah.
Seg L
Seg L, yep.
Okay. Seg L and Adam Strange try to keep Superman from getting wiped from existence. They cancel the show. Fuck. Krypton had a lot of potential, and they finally nailed the Lobo character, who I've been waiting to see for over 10 years. These fucking humans.
He has a lot to say today.
And then he
Yeah,
says,
I know he does.
Yeah, one more. I'm so sorry.
I didn't watch the season yet, Terrence.
I'm expecting a video from him soon.
Exactly.
No
Terrence
shit.
says, that means we won't get the Lobo spinoff show. I was looking forward to that. Lobo is a sick character that has a great background. It would have been nice to explore Lobo's background, the epic universal bounty hunter. Yeah.
Lobo trash.
Oh, God.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh, and we got a little bit of love from chat from Scott Schmear. Sorry, Schmear. Scott says, I'm glad I found your show. It's fun. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
sir.
Scott. And he subscribed to me.
Scott.
And everyone on this panel has some great stuff. So when you get the chance, definitely check out the panelists because they do an awesome job. And my show would not be as thrilling without all these fine people that we have.
Really quick, it's a Trap Production says, those are fighting words, LB.
With a little surprised face.
I don't fight.
You fight with your words.
I
mean, we can do that.
Shots fired because that's a load of shit. Lobo is an awesome character.
No, he's not. He's trash, bro.
Oh my.
I don't know.
He is a fun character.
He's a fun trash character. If you enjoy playing in trash, then that's cool.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
he's literally a trashy character. Like, I mean, that's true.
Ooh, you're catching a lot of heat.
Yeah, Slasher.
Lonely Sheriff.
Slasher in chat says, "How dare you? Lobo is the fucking main man."
So why is this show being canceled then if he's the man?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Oh, this is getting thrilling. Let's just let the fire ensue.
And then he says, "Lobo kicked Superman's ass." Oh my.
Of
Oh,
course he
Batman.
did, because he's no General Zod.
No, I didn't watch the show.
General Zod got his neck broken by Superman.
That was a complete fabrication and not even true to the original canon, and I do not
Right,
accept
in the original canon, he got a titty twister and he got thrown down a shaft and he's dead.
it. Was never confirmed. I am at the bottom of the shaft trying to figure out my way back up.
Hey, Perp.
Oh, Perp is back.
What up?
Perp is Lobo trash.
I don't know much about him, but that name is kind of suspect. But
Exactly. Trash.
Hold on. All right, that's it.
Like he's
I thought people with 4 letters in their name stuck together.
No. Lobo so like bro,
No.
Lobo so trash. Sci-fi like, nah, bro. We ain't making no show on this guy.
Scott in chat said, "Actually, I heard that he was patterned after Danny Trejo, but I'm not sure if that's true." And then Slasher Splitter says, "Because DC doesn't know how to handle their properties in any medium." And then Terrence went on to say, "That shot was funny as fuck. Lobo took on a whole squad of Green Lanterns, and they didn't really know how to handle him."
Man,
then,
Lobo looked like Aquaman with makeup on.
Yeah. It looks like a pansy.
He looked like he belonged on Twilight.
What are you trying to do right now, Zod?
I have
Bruh,
the.
I ain't talking
That's
about
why
no
you
comic
look at
book,
this.
You
bro.
could look at
I'm
our
talking about the
thumbnail,
TV
dude.
show.
There he is, right there. Ain't it? Like,
Yeah,
Bro, I don't care nothing
Yeah.
it's on
about
our
the comic.
thumbnail, dude.
It looks like one of those emo goths
Yeah.
mixed with Aquaman.
hmm
Y'all always want to bring up some comic book to justify trash.
Terrence in chat says Lobo is a parody of Wolverine and the Punisher. And then the Ancient Ones says Lobo of DC
Makes
Comics
sense.
is a parody of Wolverine. He had said it there first in chat. But moving on, he also goes, also Lobo killed Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. Yep, that sounds about right. Yep.
that's
Oh,
Yep.
I mean, I
That'd
would
be
watch
pretty OP
that
for that.
TV show, Lobo killing Santa
Hey.
Claus.
Oh.
Look, hey y'all, I'm not talking about Lobo from the comic book. I'm talking about this Lobo that was on this TV show.
He looked
Trash.
exactly like the Lobo from the comic books.
As
Bruh.
long
I'm
as
looking at
we,
this. I'm looking at this picture of Lobo right now, bruh.
LB, you show us the picture.
Okay.
You can show us the picture, right?
Matt's
Go
Mama
ahead,
Bear in
Squirrel.
chat says, go see those episodes. This guy makes Lobo look sick. And then,
I'm not gonna
actually, we're
watch them.
putting the dictator Lee Cole to sleep. And then Curtis says, I'll say he's not a great idea, but pretty well done, usually in the cartoons. And then Slasher went on and said,
Yeah,
Lobo.
I mean, I liked his. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Oh,
off.
I'm
Continue.
sorry.
Is it
Slasher.
showing?
Slasher said Lobo got kicked out of hell.
yo, Zod, you probably understand this more than anybody on this panel, but doesn't he look like Obi from fucking Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
rose from the grave.
Yeah.
He
Right.
actually
This is
does.
what happened to
Spoiler.
Obi after he
Bruh.
died in the prison.
He looked like Aquaman. He looked like Aquaman just rolled around in some flour, bruh. Trash.
As long as we got Doom Patrol, we're good. Like
Bruh.
that's all the DC. We
Yeah,
need,
all they did, okay, looking at him right there in the picture, that is not the Lobo that I know from Justice League, the cartoon, because he doesn't have any of his features accentuated at all. He's just a normal looking human.
Okay, like the chat trying to come at me. If Lobo was so great, why they not moving forward with his show? Tell me.
Because
I'll
I
wait.
put any money in their shows. They
I'm
made Sharknado.
All right, General Zod, are you in the chat right now?
Oh my God, there's so many comments. Damn it! Somebody else read these.
I'm with,
Exactly. I'm talking
He's
to the
worked
tech
better as a
right now.
movie.
I'm
He's
with
worked better
LB
as a
on
movie.
this.
Like you just saw, bro. You trying to tell me that Lobo ain't trash? Like, look at that, man. Look at him.
Now, Mad's Mama Bear makes a point here. She goes, "If you didn't see it, you didn't see it, so you can't say nothing." And then
I just saw it. Trash.
And then Curtis responded, "LOL, Mama's. It's true." So
Alright.
there's something about the show that obviously you have to kind of sit down and watch it to see this. I mean, I will say this: the makeup on it is impressive to me. Now I confused it with Aquaman in that same makeup. I was like, how did this happen?
Now,
Alright.
if you're comparing it to like Swamp Thing, yes, like Swamp Thing, like the way Swamp Thing looks is how it should look, but like that doesn't look like Lobo from like
Alright.
the
I
different
got a
iteration.
perfect analogy for y'all.
Okay.
We're talking about. I'm saying it's trash. You're saying I haven't seen it. So do I have to come to your house and physically look at your trash can to say that it's trash?
Terrence in chat says,
Checkmate, chat.
Terrence in chat says this. As I said, I was looking forward to the Lobo show. They said we were going to get a Lobo movie, but instead we got him on Krypton.
Don't worry, Terrence. You still got Supergirl.
Well, who is they?
Dun dun dun.
Like,
Now, see, how can you? But no, hold on a second. How can you mention Supergirl and every aspect of that show is trash?
Because Terrence
Right
likes
from the
Supergirl.
first episode, that fucking meteor coming down on Earth looked like the biggest pile of crap when I was watching that show. Like obvious, poor CGI. That whole fucking show was terrible.
But
Even
Terrence
the
likes
politics.
What network was that on again?
It was on CBS first.
But what did it end up on?
it's on
CW,
CW
where all the
now.
crap
Where it
shows go.
belongs. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a
Where all
it's
shows
like
go
a,
to die.
It's like a woke dating show now with culture.
Terrence, if they were
Kind of.
happy with the Lobo character, they would have moved on with the show. But they didn't. They moved backwards and say, nope, this guy
It
trash.
was in
No
the
way.
article. They didn't move on with the show because of licensing issues.
And I've also seen articles saying that Ewan McGregor is confirmed as Obi-Wan Kenobi in a Disney Plus show.
Trey Courtney in chat said, honestly, if they did a movie, I could trust that. At least he'll look cool. And then
Yeah, movie
Slasher,
is better.
the Slasher says, LB, read some damn Lobo comics.
No.
Scott says, I like pie. Now, if they cancel pie, I'm forming a riot. That's fair.
Yep.
Terrence,
I will riot if they cancel Pie.
exactly. Terrence in chat says the reason they're not moving forward with the Lobo show is because Krypton's ratings started to drop, not because there was something wrong with the character. They were happy with the Lobo character, and but not happy with Krypton's ratings. That fucked it over.
I like what Continuum Trek said.
Yes,
Supergirl is trash, but she looks good in a miniskirt. Unfortunately, in the new season, she's gonna wear fucking pants.
Yeah, so I mean that show is just trash all the way through. I don't know how we even brought Supergirl into this because that show is straight up trash. Sorry,
Because it's
anyone
a
who likes
DC
Supergirl, it's garbage. It's hot flaming pile of fucking garbage.
You know, it was a great superhero television show, but just the first season. The rest of it is trash. Was Heroes. Heroes first season was amazing.
That's why my handle on Twitter is Siler1217.
Yeah. They did that shit
Oh.
right
Siler. That was the greatest fucking line ever.
for the first season. The rest of that shit, they just like, I don't know what the fuck happened. But
I don't know either, man. We're on the same boat. I saw it all the way through just because, but like, I don't know what went on. They started writing.
Man, that reboot they brought back, man.
Oh,
I didn't even know
that legit hurt my feelings. I watched like 2 episodes. I'm like, no, bro. No, bro. I was out.
And how do you reboot it? And they didn't address anything that happened. Like the 3rd season left on a biggest cliffhanger. They should have started with what happened after she jumped off of the Ferris wheel thing. There should have been like any like outcome, and they nothing. That was so poorly handled.
Really quick in chat, Trey Courtney says, honestly, all the CW shows are trash outside of some moments. I agree with that.
Respect.
Outside of what?
This is what the
Some
CW does,
moments.
though. This
Yeah.
is what the CW does, right?
Oh,
They cook you in with that first season, like, oh, this is really dope, and then you go watch the second season, you're like, damn, I still got 20 more episodes of this shit. Like,
No,
it's
I
just
can't. I can't say one CW show did that except for Arrow. The other ones
Arrow.
are
like
trash.
I fell for it the okie doke
see,
with the
that's
Flash, and then I
Thank-
just fell off after the second season. I was like, no, I can't watch this.
Good morning to Wicked and Friends parody, Bizarro Productions. Hello, sir. Terrence said Supergirl is a mediocre show that did some things and some characters right, but all around it's weak and not faithful to the comic material. The show should be better than what it is.
Terrence is way too nice.
Politics.
Hero started great, but went downhill fast after that. That was the addition to that. So,
Hmm.
Heroes was like Lost. It just got worse and worse.
Nah, like
Oh.
Lost was still it's still good. I just it is what it is with the ending. It's just
Lost
one
was
bad.
trash. Lost was a fucking waste of my life. Fuck Lost and J.J. Abrams for that. Because no, I will not endorse that stupid fucking show.
I take it you didn't like it.
I should have stopped when I saw a polar bear on the island. I should have stopped. I should have known there was nothing good that was going to come after that. But
You
no,
didn't like the
my
twist
friend
that
was like,
you didn't like the twist that everybody was practically pretty much dead.
oh god.
yes, that was the stupidest ending of
what do
television
you
ever.
mean? What do you
I'm
mean?
like,
Practically, pretty much. They were
they were dead.
I know.
They were all dead, and it's supposed
not
to be and they
practically,
got-
not pretty much. They were dead the entire time, and literally the story was fake the entire time,
it
and
was a
none of it
pointless-
happened in reality at all ever.
It
I
was
actually thought the show was.
they were stuck in limbo. It's like, fuck you.
That's dope.
It would have made sense if they were in purgatory,
This
because
is
Jack
stupid as
kept losing
Oh, shit.
patience, and
I didn't mind like the sixth season was like definitely an issue when they like started to show the whole monster and shit, this like fucking smoke shit. That was stupid. But the rest of that shit was fire. Shit's on a lot of television that like comes out.
Nah,
today.
man. Tropical Island, polar bear. I'm out.
Really quick, I'm gonna read through some of these chats because it
Yes.
blew up about heroes. So, okay, so Scott, I swear to God, I'm just gonna call him Lord Scott. Okay, so Lord Scott from
Do
the
it.
chat, Schmear,
Schmear.
Schmear. He says, by the way, I'm going to be on the pro edition of Drawn and Quartered Wednesday, so come vote for the best art or mine. And then Mega Jetty One has a super chat. He was saying that he was on his way to bed and checked his channel and an hour ago, and he had 306 subs, and now he's down to 302.
Congrats.
What? Well, he went down in subs. He lost some subs, dude.
Oh, I thought he went
Jesus
up.
Christ.
Oh, fucking congrats. You lost 4 subs. What a dick. Fucking
God.
villains.
Hold on.
Oh,
What,
my
what
God.
message did you just read?
Okay, all right, let me finish the chat before we congratulate him on losing subs, okay? So, was on my way to bed when I checked my channel an hour ago and I had 306 and now I'm down to 302. What the hell? Also, DC
I heard the
and
306.
so
Damn it, Zod.
DC and also DCCW went down after Arrow season 2 and Flash season 1. Curtis says Flash and Arrow were cool, but yeah, they faded for me.
The CW needs to get away from that typical format that they do with every single one of their shows. I don't know what it is, but every single of their it's a thing where literally it seems like the CW is one big ass universe. Like anybody, like the Flash could be on fucking Riverdale or some shit, or Archie Archie can
different
pop up
comic.
on Arrow or something like that. Like it has the same tone. Like every single show has the same tone.
It's
same
a color
type of
play.
character.
It's the colors, man.
Yeah.
Trey Courtney and Chess says also CW made Superman a bitch,
Keep
so
going,
fuck
Squirrel.
the CW. Okay. Damn it. Hold on. I scrolled a little bit for me. Okay. Going. Damn it, dude. I'm so sorry. I have to scroll back pretty far. I remember watching Heroes. This is from Terrence. I remember watching Heroes in Smallville back in the day before they had 30 different superhero related shows available. And
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
going back here, Oh, yeah, Scott says they're all dead, Dave. Yeah, they are. Terrence, welcome also faulty tubers to chat. And then we have Terrence. He says the Arrowverse made Superman a jobber. He literally was only there to make Supergirl look good. They had Superman lose to Supergirl in less than 2 minutes. That's bullshit in any universe.
That's called a woke universe.
What
Hey,
if they fused?
can I
What if
make
they
a
had some-
comment now?
Yes.
I feel like Mega Jetty is trolling me.
What?
I'm really like legit believing this
How so?
with his super chats. I'm not promoting, but you know, I just dropped the video earlier. Oh, I'm not promoting, but you know, I lost 4 subscribers on my YouTube channel today. Mega Jetty, are you trolling me?
He would never troll a lonely sheriff.
Also, good night to our dictator Lee Cole. He said, "Good night, son. I am finishing up watching season 3 of Brotherhood." So,
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
Alchemist? Full Metal Alchemist?
No,
no Brotherhood.
no, my
Yes,
Brotherhood. It was a great show that was on Cinemax or Showtime. No, Showtime.
Okay.
It's a gangster show.
Oh,
Continuum Trek in chat said there's a reason Supergirl takes place in a alternative or alternate Earth. LOL. Terrence said the Arrowverse has done a lot of cool shit, even though the shows aren't perfect overall. I'm happy with what they've done with various DC characters, but there is room for tons of improvement. Oh my.
No, yeah, there is. It's called burn
That's true.
everything they have to the ground and start over.
no.
Terrence says,
Everybody's boot bopping.
I'm just glad I got to see certain DC characters and stories come to life because of the Arrowverse. Okay, now I'm caught up.
The Arrow felt
Heroes.
like a copy of Batman, though. Oliver Queen was basically Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, they've said that too. That's a great point. They've said that like a bunch of times.
Mm. I never heard
It's
it
a
before.
Trap Productions put LB brought the fire. He certainly did, man. Oh, and Mega Jetty replied at the Lonely Banter. Sadly, I'm not trolling. I wonder if my video on the boycott and blacklisting lost me the subs. Maybe people didn't like my opinion. It sucks. You know what, Mega Jetty? Who cares what people think of opinions? Because that's what makes our community great. Is that if people don't like your opinion, oh well. You got the right to
Look
say.
at Raj. Stop sugarcoating this. The reason your video flopped is because you didn't watch my video and comment on it, and you're not subscribed to my channel.
Oh my god.
LB is on fire today.
He was
changed the
waiting to
lonely
say that,
sheriff
too.
and started putting a lonely ass whooping on them. Good God, I'm scared to say anything. Oh.
Hey, really quick question to Scott in chat. I don't know if the Drawn and Quartered is hosted on. I know it rotates on different channels sometimes, but is it going to be on Malin's channel that you're going to be on, or is it going to be on someone else's? Let me know in chat so at least I can link it
I was
for
gonna say
everybody.
the only ones that I ever saw were on Blacklist Universe.
Okay, because I know Malin did one for like they switch out sometimes, but it's not often. I just want to make sure before I do
Okay.
anything. I'm like, I don't want to be linking shit that's not right.
Exactly. We don't want to look like Zod, foolish.
Oh, good night, Mega Jetty 1.
Good night, Mega.
Wait a second. I thought that we all said good night to him already.
Conspiracy.
We got to go to the sheriff on a clarification on that one. Did we say good night to him already? Like an hour ago?
Yeah, he came back briefly.
Oh, I mean,
maybe
if
he was.
he fell asleep and then woke back up, then I'll say it again. Good night.
Maybe he was on the computer first and then used the phone in bed. I do that all the time.
Ah,
Or
creeping in
maybe
the
he's
chat
full of
in
shit.
bed. That's possible. Oh, General Zod disappeared. He went on mute. I love it when that happens.
Okay. All right, Scott. Thank you. He goes, I
Oh,
think it's
what
always on
was
Mike's, except for the one time Mike went to band camp and tortured his kids. That sounds about right.
Mike?
I met Mike
I
actually
can't
once.
call him. Yeah, I can't call him just Mike. I have to say the whole thing.
I
I
had
have to say Mike S. Miller,
okay, so John.
or
Okay.
else it throws me off.
Yeah, Mike is a nice dude. His wife is very nice too.
Who is Mike?
Mike
Mike
S.
S. Miller, comic book
Blacklist.
artist.
Yes.
Don't know who that is.
I met him at a Comic-Con in San Antonio last year.
He,
You mean
he
he
is
met
the
you at a
artist
Comic Con?
for.
That's right. He met me, even though I didn't have a booth.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
what
were
was the book that he just did? Shit.
you were
Lone
drawn
Star.
to the comic book artist.
I
I
was.
suppose.
Oh my.
Sorry about that. LB came in hot, so I had to walk away for a second.
Oh, I can read this from Terrence. When it comes to watching any comic book material, when you're coming at it from the perspective of a comic book fan, you tend to look at the live action cartoon material differently.
Yeah.
The more you know.
I don't understand. What does he mean by that? What does he
Talking
mean,
that-
like, look at it differently?
Talking that
Like,
fake
it's
deep
not.
stuff.
No, it means you have a different perspective, maybe even a deeper one.
Yeah, like the TV shows and the cartoons, or the movies, cartoons, TV shows, whatever, are more important and better than all of the comic books that they're based on, and they still get canceled.
Balls.
Excellent.
That's like you peeing gasoline on the fire, PB.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, oh my gosh! It continues. I had to scroll down a little bit. From Terrence again. The anticipation almost kills you because you may finally get to see a character or storyline come to life. I'm always excited until I see something I don't like. Then I want to punch someone, like my mother.
Oh my God. Oh my.
Or wait, he didn't say like his mother. I just assumed that's who he was talking about.
Hilarious.
Like that's what he said. Like that's who he talks about beating up. Or was I wrong about that? Holy
Oh.
crap, Terrence. Okay. Comic book material means a lot to me. I grew up reading about most of these characters, and there's still so much I want to see. I've always been very passionate about comic book material and adaptations. I just saw the most recent one that he put in. He said that I was very wrong, but it's okay. I mean, I'm not wrong. You kicked your mother and knocked her down, and she had a concussion and had to go in protocol.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't like comic books.
Exactly. Like they need to make the shows and movies better, then they
Yeah.
won't get canceled. They will end at an appropriate time, like when Oliver Queen gets killed. Speculation.
Oh God.
That's just what I think's going to happen.
Oh my. Things are getting out
Oh.
of control. Okay. What's
All
our
right,
next topic?
that was a
Yeah.
wily topic.
Yeah, let's go back to discussing poor people in China, shall we? This topic is too volatile.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna go to major American city bans new drive-thrus.
Oh, yeah. Stupid Minnesotans, eh?
Yes. Uh, I honestly didn't know this was a thing, but wow. Hold on, I'm going to the article now.
Dude, I didn't think it was real at first either. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, yeah, it's most definitely real.
Well, considering it was brought to you in part by the Weather Channel, I just thought they covered tornadoes and shit.
Yeah, there's actually an article linked in there. That's just going to be a video.
Oh, okay. Where's the
You clicked
article?
on the video
Scroll.
instead of the article.
That's all I had in the thing.
Oh, yeah. If you scroll
False.
down in the fandom chat, you'll find it.
Oh.
If you go in the Bridge Crew chat, she put an article because she's awesome.
Thank you.
Like, you put a link, dude. How did
You
you
know
not
what?
read what she put after that?
Because sometimes in life.
No.
Oh man.
All right. So, Minneapolis bans construction of new drive-thrus. This should be interesting. Those wacky Minnesotans. One of Minnesota's twin cities just banned drive-thrus. The Minneapolis City Council outlawed the construction of new drive-thru windows in an effort to make what air cleaners and roadways safer.
You called
Don't
it.
worry.
Dude.
Don't worry. You can still get your on-the-go McDonald's fix. Existing establishments have been grandfathered into the outdated ordinance in a country that thrives on fast food and even faster convenience. This sounds like a pretty drastic measure, but local news service Wedge Live pointed out drive-thrus are not particularly prevalent in the Paris of High Plains. Okay.
Mhm.
Fuck does that mean? The Minneapolis City Council hopes to change will reduce idling and help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Oh, Jesus Christ, by 80%.
Yep.
Motherfuckers. You know what? That's a fucking myth. A larger plan dubbed Minneapolis 2040 also plans to phase out gas stations. What the fuck are you gonna run on? Hopes and dreams? And mandatory parking regulations, the latter of which encourage car ownership in the metropolitan area, according to CNET. As an added perk, the zoning reform could also boost pedestrian safety. How about not going in the fucking road? That also produces pedestrian safety. It takes a lot of concentration to understand and respond to the crackling voice behind the drive. And OMG, the excitement of that piping hot bag of grease sitting on your lap. Well, why the fuck are you going to McDonald's then, guy? If
Because
you
those
think
are the
about
only fries that my wife likes.
If you think about it, drive-thrus are a recipe for disaster. A 2017 study by the University of South Florida found that each fast food joint in a low-income block added an average of 0.69 pedestrian crashes every 4 years. McDonald's, Wendy's, and Taco Bell were associated with an increased risk of severe injuries. Walmart, meanwhile, contributed to 1.8 more pedestrian crashes over the same period. What the fuck? This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Like,
Oh, it's especially stupid, especially when you do the math on how much money is made at the drive-through, and you make anywhere between 60 to 70% of your profit in the drive-through. So they're essentially banning most fast food chains because you're not going to build the fast food chain if you can't put in the drive-through. You're not going to be the only McDonald's in Minneapolis that doesn't have a drive-through.
Good night to It's a Trap Productions. He says, well, it's time for this trap to go to bed. I hope you all have a good night, except for LB. I hope he has a great night.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh,
Sleep well, Trap.
Salute to
thank
you,
you very
Trap.
much.
see you,
sir.
Trap.
See ya.
All right, man.
It's a lot of fun watching Trap do those animation things.
Yeah, man,
Oh,
he
yeah.
loves doing it.
Yeah, he has skills.
I love the Knights of the Old Republic that get very nostalgic watching them go through those. Like, the good old days of gaming. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, you know, have these studies ever bared fruit of anything relevant that's hit the greenhouse emissions? It's like every time they want to shut down an idea, they always go to this bullshit environment angle. Like, oh, the greenhouse emissions, we're destroying the air, yada, yada,
Well, I mean, they're really fucking over the people that have decided to, get electric cars.
yada. Yeah.
Like, they've made the change that you wanted them to make. They got an electric car, but that wasn't good enough. They're not doing good enough. So you've taken away an option for them to go through a drive-through because the person behind them didn't get an electric car. It's ridiculous.
You know what
Yeah.
a good tactic is, though? A
What?
while back, people on Facebook started sending me requests to like the Green Party in Norway, which is like fanatic people. And I got fed up, so I just posted that next time someone invites me to like that crap, I'm gathering a whole trash bag of trash, no plastic and glass and all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna go into nature and empty it. After that, it stopped.
Yeah, this is just absolutely ridiculous and asinine. And I'll tell you something. Speaking from experience of driving, and probably everyone on the panel who drives, only fucking idiots get into an accident. These fucking 15, 16, 17-year-old kids driving through the drive-thrus are the ones who've gotten into an accident. I've never once had any kind of complication because it's one fucking road going from when you order at the little billboard, circling all the way around to the fucking window when you pay the man, and then you go to the next window and you pick up your fucking food. It's a pretty much straight shot unless you got a fucked up road, and I've never once crashed into anything. I don't understand where these statistics are. They just pulled them out of their ass.
They're talking about people getting in a crash when they're trying to eat their food, guy. Not crashing when they're in the drive-through.
Well, it's a new generation.
Yeah, I've never crashed in the drive-through either. Oh.
All right,
Zod, that was a classic misinterpretation, and I loved it.
May I add that, like, I have crashed in a drive-through once, but that was not my fault. You should never give a squirrel a Hummer to drive. That was not my fault. True story.
How much damage did you do?
Well, I just took out a sign and then I left. So nobody
that
died.
doesn't count. That doesn't count as a crash.
Nah.
Nobody knew about it. Well, except for that camera. I don't give a shit. Come get me, McDonald's.
Oh, hello, Terrence.
Hello,
Hey,
Terrence.
what's going on?
The
Hello
beast.
there.
Oh my.
I'm glad you could join us humans.
He's gonna kick you now, you know.
No problem.
No, he's too busy kicking your sandwich stig.
No.
Who'd we just lose? I can't tell who we lost when you have the banner on the screen, you dick. Thank you.
Zod.
Oh,
No, not Zod. We lost.
scroll down.
We
Scroll down.
lost Squirrel.
Come
You
back,
can come
squirrel.
back in, Squirrel. We don't need Zod.
McDonald's
You-
water. They're looking for that sign.
Oh, they're debating on who's going to come. No, you take the spot. 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 Somebody is
you.
going to take this parking spot. Oh, Herp solved the problem, I guess. He wants both of you to pop back in. I don't know.
Perp ain't talk about nothing anyway, so you should come back, squirrel.
Come back, Squirrel.
Oh, come on, squirrel. Put some pants on.
Man, I told you.
Okay.
Continue, checklet. Right.
Yeah, I wanted to make room.
Backstage fight.
That way Terrence can get on, and if Perp wants to come on, Perp, let me know. I can pop in and out. I'm in chat, so I'll just pop. I mean, I just hang out in the green room and mock people from afar. It's fine.
That's true. It's funny.
Okay.
Terrence, do you have something to say about this drive-through scenario?
What's going on exactly? I don't understand.
Okay, so the Minneapolis City Council passed an ordinance that if you put up a new restaurant, you are not allowed to put in a drive-through window because global warming.
That's kind of weird. I don't really have too much to say about that. That seems odd to me.
Oh.
That was my initial thought too. Was yeah, this definitely seems odd. Because I don't know how many fast food places are out there that don't have drive-through windows. How many have you been to in the last 10 years?
None.
A fair number. They all have some kind of drive-through window.
No, I meant how many. Right. You haven't been to a single one that doesn't have a drive-through window.
No, I'm saying we don't have anything like that in Norway. So
you don't have restaurants with drive-through windows in Norway?
Nope.
Do you have Vikings that run them out?
It's just not a thing. We do have Vikings though, but not at drive-throughs.
Ah, that would have been great.
Scott Schmear says the Minister of Silly Drivers wrote the bill.
Yep. And Vlad responded, the Minister for Fools.
Holy fuck.
Trey Courtney
Like,
in chat
not
says,
even...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Trey Courtney in chat says, in LA, the only non-drive-through food places is a small Chinese food shops. Oh, yeah, that's true. Haters.
Yeah, and there's only so many Chinese foods, like individual foods, that you could eat when you're driving anyways. That's like more of, like, rice you really can't eat. Like, food that you eat with a spoon and fork, you cannot eat when you're driving down the road. Like, you can eat a cheeseburger driving down the road. You can eat a burrito driving down the road.
Why do you people always eat? I mean, even when you're driving?
Because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You got to fill the time. So why not eat while you're not doing anything else? Then you don't have to worry about eating when you get to the destination where you're going to be, and you can just do what you got to do.
Don't you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner over there?
Like, yeah, we're on the go, man. We don't just hang out.
You know, Curtis in
So
chat
uncivilized.
pointed something out. He said, I knew of, Curtis says, I knew of 2 restaurants with no drive-through, and they went out of business, though, a few years ago. So, I mean, I think that's a good point, because it is going to affect businesses for sure. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I believe with the way that they wrote it, that they said, "Oh, we put the ordinance in that the old ones are going to get grandfathered in." Well, how long until you write the ordinance where they have to close them up? Because it'll happen.
Or
Well, they're,
switch them.
oh well, we didn't make enough progress with stopping the new ones from popping up. We need to stop the old ones because there's too many fucking cars in our cities driving around and sitting there doing nothing. Because that's a problem. That's what they said the problem is, cars idling. Oh no, cars fucking idling.
Well, it's the greenhouse gases and, you know, Al Gore. It's just fucking
No.
stupid ass movie, or Al Gore as I like to call him.
Like, I understand how greenhouse gases work. I also understand how climate change works. The climate has been changing on Earth for roughly, I think, 4.3 billion years.
Yeah, and the climate changes are caused by the sun, not anything on the planet.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Like,
now what we got to do is we got to go and fly a spaceship to the fucking sun and re-rotate that so that we can buy more time, and then combine that with bringing down these emissions, and we're going to be in great shape. We just have
No,
Superman fly around the
the
sun and
biggest-
re-rotate it.
the biggest problem I have with these climate change motherfuckers is that they are so high up on their pedestals that they think that we have this massive effect on the atmosphere. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers because it's been a long time since I looked it up, like 8 to 10 years. Do you have any idea how many termites are on the planet? Just termites. Just that's one organism alone, and how much gas termites give off on the planet. Because it's more gas than what all of the bovines across the entire planet give off. Think about
Nah.
that shit.
There are not that many termites. I've only seen
Yes.
15 of them.
Yeah, but that's because you live in the real north.
I've seen
And
more
the North
cars.
remembers.
I've seen way more cars than termites. So
Exactly. But you don't see any of the emissions coming out of any of these things.
Or
I mean,
how about
they think that we're freaking God and we can affect the atmosphere, and that the planet isn't like, you know what? I can correct this. The planet will
we
correct.
talk about the butterfly effect with, you know, when a butterfly flaps its wings, it causes a natural disaster on the fucking other side of the earth. And just think about if that theory is in fact true, then that's a fucking butterfly. That has nothing to do with humans. So, I mean, being silly and thinking that you can control the course of nature is just stupid. I mean, I'm waiting for the fucking climate to change here in Wisconsin. That shit, where's our global warming? It still gets cold as fuck.
I don't know.
That's why they don't call it that anymore.
I remember stepping
What
on a
was-
butterfly, and soon after Hurricane Katrina happened.
Exactly.
See,
Like
starting crap with
there's
the butterfly.
there's no direct correlation for any of this stuff. There's no way that you can go back and look at it, because if you take what the last thing I looked at, it was the last 50 years of hurricanes, and they had it split up with the 10 biggest hurricanes in the last 50 years. And I want to say 8 out of 10 of them were in the first 25 instead of the last 25, which doesn't make any sense according to all of these climate scientists. And by climate scientists, I mean people on Facebook that retweet stuff that say you need to shut your cars off. You need to turn off your air conditioning. This is terrible for the planet.
Good night.
CO2 is bad.
I'm sorry. Good
No, that
night
was
to
it.
Lord Wicket. He is heading out for the night, and he said our crew will be stopping in. He's going to be inviting some people to come hang out. So thank you very much,
Nice.
sir.
Tell them to join the wacky fucking shenanigans here in the fandom zone. But yeah, I mean, I think that this is, you know, these people are so high and mighty, and you know what's funny is they're wasting a bunch of fucking money on these stupid studies. And can anyone tell me what study actually produced anything of facts? Because I hear a lot of hypothesis and hearsay, but do we got any fucking facts in this? Anything? Have we had a direct correlation between these bullshit theories that they put out and actually something happening?
Yes. They did a study, and the fact is they're trying to control people.
That's what it
That's all it
seems
comes
like.
down to. I mean, all of the emissions bullshit is, hey, your company gives off this much carbon emissions. We want to charge you a carbon tax. Well, is that going to lower the emissions? No, but we'll have collected more taxes from it. Well, what are you going to do with those taxes? We don't know. We're going to pay for that $400 hammer from Independence Day.
Oh God, the truth.
Like we're still paying off the interest from that hammer.
Makes sense.
Like a carbon tax does not stop how much carbon goes into the atmosphere ever. Not in any country that they do a carbon tax did it stop a company from putting the carbon into the atmosphere. Not once.
No, but it did cost an exuberant amount of money that I'm sure all of us taxpayers are happy that we're footing the bill for. I'm just fucking thrilled when a new study comes out.
It either collects more taxes, or it's an underhanded way to attempt social engineering.
Yep.
I'm just glad that LB is engaged.
You should be glad.
Yeah, this is the thing about LB is that even if he doesn't say anything, he is saying something with the looks he gives.
Absolutely.
He's involved, especially when he gives that look.
Like, I mean, these things are ridiculous. And do y'all remember the golden era of where they really got on this fucking high horse for we've got to save the environment? And you had movies coming out like The Day After Tomorrow and all of these other fucking movies coming out where they were beating it over your head. Oh, the earth is going to end, or that fucking bullshit Mayan calendar they were writing until the fucking year came and they were like, no, we misinterpreted it. It wasn't 2016 or whatever.
No. I mean, they did misinterpret it, but when they say they misinterpret it, they misinterpret it this way. Do you know how at the end of a year you buy a calendar, right? And then your calendar for the next year goes all the way to December 31st. And then your calendar ends. That's not the end of fucking time. It's just the end of your calendar.
Also, the Mayan doomsday should have happened a long time ago because it didn't take into account leap year, which was introduced by Julius Caesar.
Yeah, like the Mayan calendar is just a calendar like every other calendar. That's it.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh my God,
it wasn't an
the
end of time
Mayan
calendar.
The Mayans saw global warming coming. Like Jesus Christ, these people crack me up. And in the end, it comes down to one thing, like we were saying, it's all about money. This is just a bullshit way for them to fund these ridiculous people who claim to be scientists, so they can pay them to do something. Because if they're not doing anything, they're wasting money. So they're like, okay, Joe, go study how we might end the world through carbon emission. Sounds good to me. Just like, it's so ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I gotta take a hard left turn right here. Who calls Terrence the Beast?
What?
It says under his little white circle, like the other us three on the bottom here, or you three on the bottom. I'm on top with the people who have their cameras on. Terrence, quote, the Beast, Harris. Who calls you the Beast, Terrence?
No, it's from my martial arts circle.
Oh my.
I called him the Beast after I
Oh.
saw that video where he looked like the Incredible Hulk.
So
Yeah, I
this
got the
nickname came
nicknames.
from your mother,
I got the nickname the Beast when during the tournament when I destroyed an opponent in under 40 seconds.
which
And
was
then
your mother.
no tournament. And then I got the nickname the Hurricane because of how fast and how many kicks I can do in a short amount of time.
So why did you decide to go with the Beast instead of the Hurricane when we're talking about global warming?
That's just something I decided to go with.
Fair enough. You didn't answer my question at all, but fair enough.
Well, I mean that is the answer to your question. I mean, I could have easily put the Hurricane, but it doesn't really matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
It matters a lot.
No,
It's
not really.
hugely important. It's vastly important. It is the only question that matters on Earth today.
I got you.
Besides whether or not carbon.
I hear
besides
that it's
whether or not-
important to you, but just a name.
Good
No,
morning.
it is important to everybody. Go
Good
ahead,
morning to
If you say so.
Nico Blue, Star Woke in chat. Hello, Nico.
Hello,
Nico.
Star
Good to
Woke.
see you.
I mean, do you guys call him Nico or Star Woke more often than not?
Yeah, I call him Nico. I know other people
Star
call him.
Woke.
Yeah.
What about you, LB?
I don't call him anything.
Oh,
Oh my.
I see how it is. A lonely man does not call him anything. What about you, Stig?
Who am I calling what?
Do you refer to Nico Blue Star Woke more often as Nico or Star Woke?
I just say him.
Oh,
That guy.
super descriptive. I know exactly who you're talking about then. Oh, you guys remember him? Yes, him.
No. Star Woke him.
Terrence? What about you, Terrence?
Just call him Nico.
Holy shit, was that a straight answer?
Yeah.
It was.
Holy
What the-
shit, are you surprised?
Entirely.
Oh, damn.
You have. Stig told me that you were off meditating for the last couple weeks, deciding on what your favorite cookie was, and you still could not decide.
Oh, I definitely do daily meditation. That's for sure.
Yeah, we know. Well, I mean, I knew. I don't know if anybody else on the panel knew. I knew because you had told me before.
I just assumed he did. Seems like the meditating fellow.
Well, I mean, you would have to meditate when comic book stuff is pissing you off constantly.
Really quick, I'm sorry.
Don't be
Scott.
sorry.
Lord Scott, I'm not even going to slaughter your last name, sir. He says, I know judo. Judo know if I have a knife. Judo know if I have a gun. Judo know. That's what he says. So.
Wait, what?
That's one way to. That's one way to make people kung furious.
Also,
Yeah, I'm like, is
Nico.
that supposed to mean something that he has a gun or a knife?
You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
Nico Blue. I'm sorry. I call you Nico. Nico. I'm sorry. They called me Toilet Man because I was longer in there than in class. Well, that's fair.
People just call me sir.
Oh shit.
This has been quite an enlightening thing. I've learned all sorts of things about people tonight.
I guess.
Like, wow.
That's quite a name. Toilet Man. I'm not gonna go with that one.
No.
Toilet man. I'd look flushed if someone told me
Like a failed superhero name. Oh my. Toilet Man's here.
Toilet man, armed with a toilet brush and a plunger.
And like toilet cleaner. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
dear.
sounds like that story is gonna get all plugged up.
Oh. Yeah, let's wipe that one.
Oh god, the puns.
But anyways, I'm about to wrap things up because LB, the lonely sheriff, has that wrap things up look. So
No,
I'm
he
gonna
doesn't.
oblige.
There's no such thing as a wrap things up look. If he wanted you to wrap things up, he would be like, "What are you doing, Zod? It's time to wrap things up, Zod." He's very vocal when he wants you to wrap things up.
Okay, I'm wrapping things up because reasons.
Oh my gosh! Now that's like a Terrence answer.
Well, you know, you know, that's
Well, because sometimes in life.
exactly. I agree. Anyways,
Nope, fail.
that was great. It's great to have the
Thank you,
band
Terrence.
together. Anyways, thank you, and once again, a shout out to everyone.
Oh, LB's showing the guns off. Oh, they went away.
LB, do you have a permit for those?
Oh god.
No, you don't need one to open carry in Florida.
That's right.
Oh, they're registered guns. Okay. Anyways, let's go down the line of our fine panelists, and this has been a
Let's
great
see
return.
what this line is. There's two lines of people, so let's see what this line is.
Yep, gotta keep them wondering. Go ahead, lonely sheriff. Tell them where you lay down the law.
How the fuck is that the start of the line? Go ahead.
Oh no.
I got nothing. You all have a good night.
Wow, that was extra short from the lonely banter. If you like somebody calling out media bias and hypocrisy, because I can't remember the tagline offhand, go to the lonely banter.
Yeah.
And
It's so new I can't remember it. I need like a week.
Oh god.
And of course, the lady squirrel herself, the thrower of nuts, Mad Squirrel. Go ahead and tell us about your fine channel.
Mad Squirrel. You can find my channel on YouTube. I'll plug it in a second. I do reviews of like older films. Let's put it that way. But we also do more current topics, which I should be having stuff up soon. I'm just coordinating with different people right now. We're hopefully going to do a roundtable about the SJW and Tifa presence in the punk rock community, and I'll be speaking to a couple people on that panel and different stuff like that. I do a little bit of everything. So you can find me on Twitter at SGD Mad Squirrel, and yeah, that's about it. Yay!
And
Wonderful.
also, if you want to get a great insight on Mad Squirrel and hear some cool gaming stuff, go check out our Fandom Talks, which the very first guest was Mad Squirrel. She did a lovely interview. I had a real great time. So that's on the playlist, and go check it out.
Thank you.
Also, we have Terrence the Beast Harris. Go ahead, tell us where these humans can find your channel.
Oh, yep. How you doing, humans? My name is Terrence, and I want to thank you all for having me here. Have a good night.
Awesome.
Oh, that's keeping it nice and short. If you like videos that are just for fun, go check out Tremaine Terrence on YouTube.
That's a good intro. And well, never mind. Can't even talk. Never mind.
It's okay.
And
Squirrels
the
get tongue-tied
man-
from time to time. It happens to the best of us.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you are definitely the best of us.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
It's
I'll
lies, but
remember,
I love
I'll remember that.
Oh, stick.
And of course, stick with the greatest YouTube content ever, with the most sought after deleted Marvel scene. Go check out that scene. It will change your life. Whether you're an MCU fan or not, you are going to find some deep insight in this short clip. Go ahead, Sig, and tell them about your channel.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning my watered down clip. Yeah, I have like two minutes of footage on my YouTube channel, split between 5 videos, I think. So, yeah, if I don't know if you're on the toilet for 2 minutes, you can watch the whole thing. So do that. Other than that, I'm just a friend of the family, really. Not really a YouTuber. I just pop on when people want me to say stuff, I suppose. There you
Yes,
go.
Yes.
we appreciate your disembodied voice.
And thanks to everyone on this panel. You're all great people. And everyone should
Thank
sub
you.
to everyone on the panel.
Oh, thank you, Sig. And of course, the commander, the commodore, the curator, the mythical but never mistaken PB. Tell them about your channel.
Commodore 64.
Yeah,
Press
not
play on
mythical.
PB's tape.
Yeah, wind me up and hit play. See all of the fun that is to come.
Grab his
Because-
joystick.
Oh
Sorry.
my.
Oh, you threw me off a little there. That one got me. Yeah, I am PB, and you can find me at Pop Culture PB on YouTube and on Twitter. I got a video coming out later today about IGN still shilling for Rian Johnson and his alleged Star Wars trilogy that should be coming out, in, I don't know, 2040 or 2050 or whenever the fuck it's planned for. So expect that sometime in the next couple hours.
Awesome.
That's it,
And
Zod.
also, TV's got a great Hooked on Phonics with General Zod. So look forward to that. I certainly will. I want to see the bullshit that's going to be in there. And I very much can't wait for that video to drop. So if you like funny satire like
Me,
that,
not
maybe
that,
some true.
that video already dropped. It's
Oh,
out there.
God damn it.
Oh,
This is what happens when I'm off for a day doing my ruler things. Anyways,
Hold on. You responded to the tweet.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know.
Oh my god.
Holy
Okay,
shit.
just for clarification. Okay, PB, you tweeted out the video that posted, and Zod responded to that tweet.
Yes.
Okay.
What can I say? It's been a long couple of days.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It was a hello and a good night from Generation Productions. He says, okay, he didn't realize we
Aw.
were wrapping up. He just came in. But he says, oh, well, catch people. I'll catch you guys later. Have a lovely night.
Have a lovely night.
Oh, you can always catch the replay. The replay is always worth your time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, some hilarious stuff was said just like 5 seconds ago. Good God.
He
Anyways,
was here 5 seconds ago.
Who?
GP, Generation Productions.
Yeah,
oh,
he's a
that's
great
nice.
fellow.
Mm-hmm. He hopped in a little late tonight. Usually he's here, early on, or at least an hour in or so. He'll pop in. Depends on what's going on, obviously. But always
Yeah,
a
he
nice
throws a
guy.
bunch of jokes at us.
Best
Yeah.
jokes ever.
Good puns on him too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, check
Yep.
out Generation.
Okay, plug yourself, Zod, because apparently when you try and plug my stuff, you have no clue what you're talking about. And you're
Yeah.
in the clip.
Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Anyways, this has been the Fandom Zone. Thank you, everybody. And once again, on a serious note, thank you for everyone for tweeting your nice replies to me. Tonight has been a great night and really what I needed. I had a rough day or so, and it's been nice to be back on the panel with all of you guys, and I really appreciate it. We were up to 20 people watching, so thank you, all of you guys who come in here and listen to us chat about this stuff. I appreciate all of you. And the fandom talks have begun. My next one will be on Wednesday, and it will have someone here who's on the panel that does not yet know that they will be in the Fandom Talks. So,
Well, it's not me. I don't know anything.
Congratulations, LB.
so that announcement will be coming soon. And also, I've got.
How is it an announcement when you said on your last show it was going to be PB?
Maybe it will be. Maybe it won't. Who knows?
Oh God!
Oh fuck!
Hey,
You didn't think this through, did you, Zod?
Whoa.
Jesus
You
Christ.
think that Zod thinks?
Oh, I have a plan. I always have a
He
plan.
has a
Oh my
plan.
God!
Oh god.
A plan. What's the definition
Oh
of that?
Do you have a plan
Very
B?
loose.
Gee.
No, he didn't take his, or he did take his plan B. He said that I messed with his flow earlier, and I was like, I didn't realize it was that time of the month.
Oh wow.
That's what he said when I showed up on the panel tonight. He's like, "Oh, you messed with my flow." I was like, "Whoa, whoa,
Well,
that's
you
way too
kind of do.
personal."
True
Oh,
story.
Peanut butter is a sticky substance.
And as super chat from the Ancient One, Zod's plans ends in failure because of Frieza from Dragon Ball.
that makes sense.
Yep, definitely makes sense.
So, as always, thank you, everybody. And remember the rule here on the Fandom
Here
Zone.
in the Fandom Zone,
It's the Fandom Zone. Kneel before Zod.
no.
No, never.
No.
The North remembers. You're a sea level villain.